What is going on, Herd? Welcome to another episode of Cover Lovers with your friends with CBSI and Team Nerd Herd, where we get to talk about this week's incentives as well as some store exclusives that are just announced. So with us, as always, is the new Alonzo. How are things going?
Very good. I had a really awesome weekend. I went to go see Elton John last night, as you can tell by my T-shirt, which was kind of an epic evening. I'd never seen him before. And man, I'll tell you what, for a 75-year-old dude who apparently just got over COVID 3 days ago and is on like show 215 of 300 and whatever, I mean, he sounded unbelievably good. So it was really awesome. And I had a great day with my boys on Saturday, and it's just been a really good weekend. We're back to the grind, but I have a short week, and then I've got the week off next week, which is amazing. So I'm feeling break. It's fall is in the air. Everything is clicking. Life is good right now. And I got a great package of OA today. So,
Yes. By the way, I love the Hot Wheels set that you have behind you.
I love that thing. Is amazing. It's on sale right now also at Walmart. I bought it for full price because I'm a moron and I can't help myself. But for those of you that want to go check out the clearance aisle at Walmart, the Turbo Loop, which is, that thing's enormous. It doesn't look like it because it's back there pretty far, but that thing's like, it's got to be like 2.5 feet tall. It's amazing. It's really cool. It's like $25 right now.
And anything with a loop-to-loop is awesome, right?
And it does it itself. It's got like these wheels, these rubber wheels that shoot the cars.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I know. I sound like an old man trying to describe it.
So Big Rob, did you have an epic weekend like Mr. Morello?
No, I didn't see no Elton John. I'm jealous, that's for sure. What did I do? Shit, I don't remember.
He's coming out your way next, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure tickets are sold out, and they're probably on StubHub for $1 million.
They weren't. I was so surprised that they weren't. My buddies all said, "Hey, we had tickets. We bought them like a year and a half ago. We're all going." And I'm like, "Well, shit, I'm going to get left out. I'm the only one not going." So I went on Ticketmaster, and there were still tickets. It was Nissan Stadium, and there were still plenty of tickets.
I wonder what day he's going to be here in San Diego.
He's in a few California locations. I forget which ones are which on what days, but that he's headed there next. He's headed to Texas, California, Washington, and I think he's got a couple of Canada dates. And then he goes to Australia, and then he's in Europe for the rest of the tour, and then that's it. He's never touring again.
Wow.
So you might want to go. Just saying.
Did I freeze going like this?
I was dancing like I was ridiculous last night. Yeah, I was a total idiot. It was great.
All right, I'm back.
Well, you know, it's okay because you're going to be with a lot of other idiots out there dancing.
Exactly. So, it's like 50,000 other idiots there last night.
Oh, that does sound epic. All right. And looks like we have a late edition. All right, yeah. So what's going on, Big Rob? Nothing.
I was like, am I mute or something? What the hell? No, I'm just showing. Just same on me. You saw me on Saturday. If you watched Team Nerd Herd, and just chilling like a villain always. Hey Jeff, what's up?
Yo, what's going on? I had to fix my audio because I had it on coming from my TV, and I was like, oh, I bet you it's gonna echo. So better fix that now. So I get for watching the Hasbro Pulse stuff.
Oh, PulseCon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did that. Yeah, we're watching that.
Abbott and
Saturday.
Costello talking about figures they don't understand. I love that show. Fucking those guys, man. Here's a retool. This one's going to be $35 this time, and all we did was change the nose on Obi-Wan. It's an amazing figure. Here's the box art.
Oh, you're talking about the Star Wars guys? Yeah, I don't.
Oh
we,
my God.
no, we were into the G.I. Joe stuff. That was the first
Oh, okay.
panel.
Well, I guess they're doing 6-inch vintage now for G.I. Joe. I saw that today.
The retro, yeah, they have the
Retro. That's what I mean. Retro.
Yeah,
pardon me.
Yeah, Walmart has those. I already have the Walmart ones.
And a couple of those sold out. Like what was it? Serpentor sold out. So did CoverGirl, and the bat. Yeah, the red bat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great seeing the whole group again. I love it. I can't wait to kind of dive into a lot of incentives today. So, but before we get started, as always, quick shout out to our Team Nerd Herd moderators. What is going on? Uncle Rudy, Something Wong, Deanna Man, Glenn 2K12. Thank you guys for making the community what it is, the show what it is. Definitely appreciate you guys a ton. And also shout out to Eddie, our DJ on Instagram. You can please follow him, Beats by Monster. Let's dive into the chat. I know we saw JT first, as always, in the chat. And then also Something Wong also with there. Thank you so much. And then we also had Lord Chucks from the BLCC. Thank you for stopping by. And Glenn, welcome back. Thank you for coming. I mean, glad things are going well with you and the fam. Also, Kenneth, what is going on? Thank you for stopping by. And let us see. I think we had, look at this. We have Mr. Time Traveling Nomad. I love it. I love that name. My goodness. That is fantastic. Thank you for tuning us in. And also, there we go. Lords of the Long Bucks. What is going on? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Look at that. K-Pop Junkie. Again, what is going on? Thank you for stopping by. And that is all we have right now. And it will give you guys shout outs as we get along. But let's get started without further ado. Here we go. And for our incentives for October the 5th, we get started with the Joker. We have a 1 in 25 by Francisco Matina, a 1 in 50 by Ben Oliver, and a 1 in 100 by Haining. The new Alonzo. What do you think?
I am all about the Ben Oliver. That is an incredible cover. I like the Matina actually. It's a little creepier, obviously, and a little brighter than normal for Matina. But Matina's getting old to me. Ben Oliver has one of my favorite Joker covers. He did it on, I guess it was the anniversary covers that they did with Jokers on them for various books. I think it was a Green Lantern book of all books that had his Joker on it. It's fantastic. It's from maybe 10 years ago, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And it's been one of my favorite covers, like one of my favorite cover price kind of covers. And I love that he's getting an incentive on this. It's really, really cool. There's a lot of attitude, beautiful rendering on it. Really, really great depth. And I love it. The 1 in 100 does not seem like a 1 in 100. It barely seems like a B cover. And the Matina just seems like a B cover too, in his regular B cover status. And like I said, Matina's gotten kind of stale for me. The Ben Oliver's fresh. It's great. But in true Mike Morello fashion, I need to plug Cover Fire for the week. And the A cover for this by Liber Mejo is just as good as the Ben Oliver, and that one's going to be cover price. So if you don't want to pay 1 in 50 prices for the Ben Oliver, go and just get yourself a, I'm assuming $6.99 copy of the Liber Mejo and go home happily ever after, because it's dope as hell.
Yeah, and I think Apollo's going to do the same thing, right? All right, Big Rob, what are your thoughts? Which one would you choose?
Me personally, I already retired from buying incentives from DC, but if I had to choose one, definitely obviously the Ben Oliver. Art-wise, is the best one. Nothing wrong with the Matina and the Hailing. They're in their own respect for what they were going. They did what they need to do. But the Ben Oliver is superior. It looks like a piece of art. The other ones look like comic book covers. So just like the Joker's eyes, the mouth, the scarring, the hair, even the background is very minimal, but it makes it just kind of it blends in well with the main character in the front. I appreciate it. That of course he's wearing purple, a little purple, and it's just great line work with Ben Oliver, and that's outfit is superior cover. Is it 1 in 50? I have no clue. I've kind of lost touch with DC and what's in the guts and stuff. So maybe it does have some sort of maybe something in the guts will make it worth the while. But just on the art, that's the winner, and I'll go with that.
All right, Jeff, do you agree?
For the most part, I agree with them. I mean, I do not believe that Haining is a 1 in 100. That is a B cover all day. I'm actually not upset at the Matina at all. I kind of dig the Scarecrow Joker. I'm okay with it being a 1 in 25 in the scenario. Although more than likely it is a B cover as well. I mean, Matina does the exact same B cover for almost all his DC books, the same rendering, right? So, but this is a little bit better. I like it. It definitely it's just the characterization that I like a lot. The Ben Oliver though is definitely the better one. I'm only missing a mustache though, like a white mustache. That's all I'm missing.
Oh, you won the Mexican Joker for the 1960s?
Wow.
I want the OG Joker. I mean, kind of looks like that, kind of a little bit. Got that.
Yeah.
We're only 11 minutes in, man. We're gonna go with the racist shit already. Aren't we?
Yeah, I'm Mexican.
The only thing I think I don't. I think there's one little bit of disconnect on the Ben Oliver, and it's just minor. It's really minor. It's the coloring of the bow tie and maybe the gloves compared to like the face and the makeup and everything. It is kind of cartoonish compared to the rest of his face. So I'm just that's all I'm tweaking on. That's it.
Oliver does that from time to time though, and I think he does it so that he brings focus to the face.
Okay.
And not to the what he would consider to be the less important parts of the composition. And so almost like the rendering fades out to a simpler version elsewhere, and the face is like that focal point where the super deep detail is. And again, though, we have to remember these guys are all under these crazy deadlines, and it's possible that he just said, okay, I have time to do one thing.
Right. The important thing is the face.
I'm going to finish the face, and I'm going to leave the so I might be giving him a little bit more credit than he deserves on this one, but I feel like it works because it brings the focus to the face and not to the costume so much.
And I'm not in disagreement with that either. The details on the face is ridiculous. I like the little detail of having the Batman pin and the Superman pin. Yeah, I like the background where it looks like there's headlights in like the far distance or like street lights. I kind of dig that too, instead of just having an all black background. Yeah. So, I mean, that's obviously the winner for me.
I agree with you, Jeff. He does remind me of Cesar Romero.
It does.
It's
really close.
Yeah.
All right. So, quick question for you guys, since we kind of we don't like the Haining, the 1 in 100. If this Ben Oliver was a 1 in 100, would you guys go for it? Just yes or no?
No.
It's already hard to go at a 1 in 50.
Yeah,
because this is
1 in 25.
I mean, for the guts, it's just a continuation of the Joker series.
That's
correct.
Yeah, that's kind of dramatic. 1 in 100. I wonder why they're doing that.
I don't know, and I don't know why they chose that.
They're just, they're monetizing on the number one issue.
Yeah, but
that's what it feels like.
All right. Here we go. Next one up, we have Batman number 120. We have a 1 in 25 by Ryan Sook and a 1 in 50 by Jock. And I know these look very similar to ones we've seen in the past, but what do you guys think, Jeff?
Okay. I actually I'm digging the Sook more.
Mm-hmm.
The Jock is just at this point it's this gold and black thing. I'm kind of over it. The gold and black foil, but it's also I can't see enough details to make it work for me. Right? He's holding something. I don't know what he's holding on to that he caught with his batarang. I don't know what that is. So I can't. It's just too dark.
It's like Typhoid Mary's head.
It looks
There
like
you go.
someone's mask or head, right? And I'm just like, but I can't make it out, right? That's a key issue. That's a key issue for me on that cover.
And yes, copy. I know that Typhoid Mary is Marvel. That was the joke.
God. But I'm digging the way the idea of the Sook. I like it where he's peering over Gotham City. It seems like he's even in a dark alley, looking over a dark alley because it seems like the buildings are fairly close, and I can get that that feel for it. I mean, there's obviously no details to Batman himself, but I kind of dig it where this is the shadow that works for it.
He's holding your $50.
He's
that.
holding the mic.
That's right. Yeah. And here we go. Time traveling nomad. He's holding your $50.
The worst thing is that might even be more than a $50 book because those jocks, they've just been, people collect them.
Oh, John.
So,
all right, Mike, what are your thoughts?
I don't like the jock at all. I actually think it's trash. It looks like a bad Frank Miller cover. And you all know what I mean by bad Frank Miller. There's two different Frank Millers. I don't think they're even the same guy. There's the guy who drew Daredevil back in the 80s.
Blocky.
And then there's the guy who draws whatever the fuck he draws now. And that's what this jock looks like. Have you guys seen that? Maybe we're going to talk about it. Is the Spider-Man on there this week?
It is, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
I hope that's the WTF or the ugly this week. But either way, the Sook I like a lot. The problem I have with the Sook is it doesn't look like a Sook to me. It looks more like a Michael Cho or I don't know, Michael Cho. It looks like a Michael Cho, which is fine, and I like that, or like a Francavilla almost. But so I kind of dig it. I don't dig it as a 1 in 25. I do dig it as like a B cover. I think the cover is good. I don't think it warrants a premium. Certainly not in this stage of the Batman series that's kind of floundering at the moment. But so I like that. So if I have to choose one, it's definitely the Sook. I like the contrast. I like the shadows. I like the sort of the Mondo art feel to it. It looks cool. It's laid out real well. I wouldn't pay a premium for it. And I think the jock is actually a trash cover. I think it's terrible for all the reasons Jeff said and more.
All right, Big Rob.
Well, just thanks for the reminder of why I quit DC Incentives. These are fucking trash personally. But the jock is just a horse he killed already. He just shot him with a 12 gauge and is dead on the floor shaking. The Ryan Sook, at least it's different. I'll give him that. It's something different. It's more of a 80s noir Miami Vice vibe to it. It just needs the neon. But if I had to pick one, I'll pick the Sook.
All right.
But it's okay. It's all right. It's basic work.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got next for you guys. We have Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths #5. We have a 1 in 25 by Ariel Colon and a 1 in 50 by Mikhail Janin. What are your thoughts, Big Rob?
All right, I haven't seen none of these covers, and I'm like, holy shit.
Well, he's like, these are DC?
Yeah.
Are you going to buy one?
No, never.
He's not.
But the one on the left, the Cologne, it's hilarious because fucking what's his name? The head, Anti-Monitor. Yep. He looks like he's straight laughing. He's like, ah, ha, 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 ha. It's funny as fuck. But
oh my god, he does look like he's laughing.
Yeah, it's like he's like laughing out loud.
He's having fun.
Yeah, it's like Des is choking on his head. So yeah, the art's interesting. It's really well done on both covers. The line work, the coloring, the rendering, it looks good to me. I can't really say it's bad. Just not for me personally, but I'm pretty sure is what they were aiming for, and they executed it well, both artists. If I had to choose, I just think the Cologne's more interesting because of the laughing Anti-Monitor and this death holding his head. I will go for that, and just the shattered glass in the background, and is that a Transformers reference? I don't know, but yeah, that's just interesting. It's that one's more interesting to me. The one on the right's cool. I like the neon blue vibe to it, but I don't know who the fuck the guy in the middle is, to be honest. So yeah, I go with Death.
All right, Jeff.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Janet. It's just I don't know who that is. It's all right. It's cool. I not worth a 1 in 50 to me. I actually think the cologne is a better art overall. I mean, it looks like the shattered glass looks like there's multiverses colliding with each other. So I mean, it's kind of proving a point there, and I kind of dig it. It's actually not a normal incentive cover for DC, so it actually looks like an incentive cover at this point. Very worthy of one, and so I would take that, especially when it's at a 1 in 25 is cheaper. Okay. I just don't know if the guts will be worth having a incentive for this run.
Probably not.
All right, Mike.
I'm going to echo the same thing. The cologne is I think it's much nicer than the Janin. I think the Janin or Janine, however you say it, is I don't know. That's too much of the same color. Janine. I don't know. Janine. And yeah, the cologne has some good depth. There's some cool things going on, like you said, with the broken glass and the colliding universes and stuff. But again, much like the last one or two ago, I actually just like the B cover, which is an artist whose name I'd never heard before. I just looked it up, Matheus Manhanini. It's really cool, sort of like a mixture between a few different styles that I like a lot. There's kind of almost a little bit Bruce Timm in there and a couple of other artists kind of mashed together, but it's a good layout. It's got all the characters on it, kind of the same sort of feel. It's got this sort of like converging thing going on it with Superman in the middle. But I like it a lot better than both of these, actually. So again, my money doesn't go to either one of these if they don't have to. I choose the cologne over the Janin, but I would, if I was going to buy one of these for the guts and a cover I like, it would be the Manhanini B cover again.
And is that Wonder? Is that Wonder? Sorry, is that Wonder Woman as Death?
Oh shit! Is that what? That's
shit!
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Yeah, it is. She has the bracelets, the coloring that she has.
Oh shit! She does have bracelets.
But you know what? It could be Wonder Woman's mom, right?
The long hair.
Wonder Woman's mom die?
Or it could be a mashup of different characters because I can't tell.
Yeah,
I see the long hair in the shroud.
So. Maybe.
Yeah, you never know. All right, we got to be reading some DC books. Maybe Glenn or Copy can let us in on that.
Where's Batman?
All right, what about this one right here?
That makes it much cooler if that's the truth. Oh, for God fucking sake.
All right, which one of these design variants would you choose? Would it be the Chris Anka 1 in 10 or the Mark Bagley 1 in 10 for Edge of Spider-Verse #5? So it all depends on Web Weaver or Hunter Spider. Mike?
Jesus, of course you did.
Starts with you.
I mean, so I mean, honestly, the Web Weaver one looks like something that Elton John would have worn last night at the show.
There you go.
I was thinking the same shit.
Which it's the shoulder pads, right? I mean, it's what
I was thinking more like Harry Styles, but okay.
I am so over these design variants. I really am. At least these are 1 in 10s and not some 1 in 100 Peach Momoko version to try to like money grab. Neither of these are good. These are both trash covers. They'll be cover price or less. I don't think anyone cares about either character. Maybe the Web Weaver one just a little bit because the costume's just a touch cooler. Honestly, the Hunter Spider looks like something I doodled on my 6th grade book cover. And honestly, it even looks like my art because that does not look like good Bagley art like I'd want it to be. I think even he was like, "Are you guys serious? You want me to draw this stupid thing? All right, here you go." Yeah, these are both poor designs on design variants that I already hate. And yeah, there's nothing good. So the one I would take home is the one that had anything left over after I lit the on fire.
Oh, Big Rob.
Okay, so I have a whole different perspective on these because off the bat, my first reaction like, oh, these are trash, but these are exactly what they're supposed to be, right? They're design covers. They're just literally sketches on a cover. There's the Web Weaver looks like some sort of just a quick sketch somebody did for an outfit on the clothing designer, right, on some piece of paper, and I think that's where they're going for. I think that's the goal of these, to be honest. Like, so for what they are, they hit the mark. It's the actual designs of the characters are silly, but that's the whole goal of it. Just Spider-Verse to me, it's like all these crazy, over the top, crazy variants of the Spider world, and it's which one would I pick personally? The Web Weaver, because I know that character has more heat and might have something in the long term, more legs.
Mhm.
So I would definitely invest in that. I'll pay $10 for that just because I know the character might do something in the future. So the Hunter Spider, I haven't heard much about that. So it's an interesting concept, like a tarantula vibe to him for the Hunter, but. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, as art itself, yeah, they're trash. But they're not. But they're not meant to be like this art pieces. They're just designs, real quick sketches. But they just happen to put them on covers, on comic covers, and that is typically reserved for high end, better art at least. So,
What about you, Jeff?
These two are waiting for me in my pool.
yeah, I think it's worth it probably in the investment.
It's more of
spec thing for you.
Yeah,
a little bit. I'm a spider nut, so I collect any first appearance spider character. These are the only incentives for this book. This is another Edge of Spider-Verse run. These are first appearances, so I mean, small investment. Issue, right? Yeah, small investment, small gamble, whatever. It's not gonna kill me. They're not gonna be more than $10 probably. If I'm lucky, my LCS will give it to me for cover price.
If either of these show up in the next movie, that changes the game.
But... Right, exactly. Or the third movie, right? Because there is a third movie after that. So I mean, and the fact is that's Kraven. Even though he's probably the lesser on the spec, it's Kraven. It's a version of a spider character. That's Web Weaver. That's supposed to be a character might have something going forward. So it's not a bad pickup. These aren't great covers though. If we're talking about cover lovers, these aren't cover lover covers, right?
Say that 10 times fast.
and like Big Rob says, these are prototype drawings. They're just sketch of their, what do they call it? Development process of creating the characters. That's all this is, right? They took some of those, they took some of the sketches that they had and said, here, whatever looks best, we'll put that one on there. And obviously these are just sketches, so no big deal. If I had to pick one too, I'm actually gonna pick the Bagley just because of Kraven, but you're right, the Web Weaver probably has more spec on it. I'm just a Kraven hunter lover.
All right, what about this one? So the Mandalorian we have by Jan Dursema, a 1 in 25, and the Greg Land variant, a 1 in 50. All right, so we got a lot of Star Wars fans here. Let's start off with Big Rob.
I'll be honestly, I'd rather have the Edge of Spider-Verse books than these two.
I was gonna say this made the Edge of Spider-Verse books look really decent at this point.
I just because they actually tried on this, and it's like literally old, like cheap 2000 art on toy boxes. It's like really bad, just cheap toy box art. It's not. It's just very simple, generic kind of art. It's forgettable. These are not even cover A covers to be for me. Honestly, to them as incentive, it's crazy. And this is literally ripping you off. They're literally stealing your fucking money. That's literally what they're doing.
For all you Star Wars incentive cover buyers, I'm so sorry.
I'm pissed about something else.
So yeah,
I can't wait to hear from him.
So Yeah, there's no spec on this at all neither. I'm a big Star Wars guy. I have literally long bunch of boxes full of Star Wars books, and yeah, these are straight trash. Personally, I'll take the Spider-Verse all day, every day.
All right, come on, Mike.
So when you're playing like you're the captain that's chosen by the gym teacher to pick your kickball team in like elementary school, and you get down to the dregs at the end, right?
Yeah,
of course.
Well, all of the Mandalorian covers this week are the last picks on the kickball team, and you know what this Marvel. I'm going to give you a round of applause because you know what you've actually made me do this week. You're going to make me buy the motherfucking Peach Momoko cover. Because there's no way in hell I'm buying either one of these.
Wow.
So I'm going to end up buying the Peach Momoko cover, which I can't believe it is actually the best cover for this book this week. And it's by a long shot. Dude.
Better than the what is that? The art,
the concept, the movie concept, or the show concept.
Oh no, the movie concept one's the best one, but
that's cheating. But that's cheating.
I'll play that. Yeah,
it's a reused piece of art, and most of it's not the art. Most of it's just two black bars, so that's a tough one. But honestly, though, in all seriousness, the Peach Momoko is actually good this week. I'm going to give the devil her due. Obviously, I want her to be good, and I'm actually really happy about this particular. It's a Grogu cover, so it's perfect for her, and it blows both of these away. These two covers are not good. These are. I have not been impressed with Marvel's incentives overall over the last month or so, and these are kind of like the nail in the coffin for me. These are really bad covers, which kind of bugs me because both of these artists have a lot more in them than this.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little upset about that. I think that either one of them could have produced good covers and didn't in this case. So yeah, I have to pass on both of these. These very much are hand to face, like you have the symbol there. These are rough. These are rough at 1 in 25, 150, which they will probably sell for. And I think maybe it's the next. I think it's the next issue that has first appearances. This is the one. I think this is the one that has the ATST planet attack thing. I think that's this issue.
Yeah, the Cara Dune.
The Cara Dune one. Yeah, so this one's not the greatest from a story perspective either. So this book is largely a skip all around in some cases. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with the Peach Momoko this week.
Is this Cara Dune's first appearance?
No, shouldn't be.
She should have been.
She should have been introduced in the bar. Oh, it could be. Actually, you're right. It might be.
Damn! Now they just got all your asses with these incentives.
Yep. Now you're getting these like incentives now, aren't you? Aren't you, Mike?
You got to double check. But
that's one of those weird situations where you're like, do I think anybody's going to care about that whole drama 5 or 10 years down the road? Will anyone even remember her? I don't know.
But here's the good thing. I don't think anybody knows if it is first appearance of Cara Dune. Let's just say it is, right?
Yeah.
I don't think these books are going to be ratio at all.
Are they now? If we look, I'll take a look.
I just don't think these covers, like everybody's going to look at these covers and be like, those are incentives. Look like a B and C cover.
Like an F cover.
God. The one on the left is actually worse than the one on the right, and I don't want to say that because the one on the right is pretty bad. It's kind of typical Greg Lang where his proportions are off.
Yep.
The head's too big again as usual.
Yeah, it's just weird. It just makes it look like he's about to topple the freak over, or like he's toppling over right now, like forward.
Yep.
They're under ratio.
Yeah, they have to because these are just not worth like any salt.
There's a 1 in 100 version of the Peach Momoko as well, by the way.
Yep, that's what Sam was saying.
Wow. Yeah, so God, I would just pass on these. But I get it. If you're a Star Wars fan and there's a first appearance in this, I'm so sorry for you. I'm passing no matter what.
Yeah, even the
I'm just it's not worth it to me to invest in it either because I just don't even feel like
There's a Noto. The A cover is a Noto, and it's good.
Yeah, that's definitely better than these.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, the Noto's good.
Yeah, I think I ordered the design for the TV show one. I think that's what I ordered.
Yeah, the Dursuma, I don't know her name, but that one looks like it's straight out of the panel.
Bro, the 125 you can buy for $12.
What am I saying?
Which is a ripoff, in my opinion. That's a ripoff.
Yeah, I still think it's a ripoff too.
I'm
passing. These are gross.
All right. What about these ones? This is going to be the new Alonso, Mike's favorite. So we have Spider-Man number 1. We have a 1 in 50 by Frank Miller and a 1 in 100 by Steve Ditko. So, Mr. Morello, Mr. New Alonso, you have a new outlook here.
I swear Alonso's whole point is to get you to say everything bad and be in a bad mood the rest of the whole fucking show.
Man, I really wanted to be positive this week. I had such a great weekend.
I know you saw Elton John, dude. You were rocking out.
Oh man, these are bad. These are really bad. These are embarrassing bad. Both of these. I'm assuming that the Frank Miller is a new piece of art, and I don't know, where's the Ditko come from?
That's probably original art.
From recolored or something?
Probably.
Probably one of those sketches. It was just like concept art, yeah.
It's like a Daredevil art.
These are rough. So I've seen
proof of concept art. Yeah.
I've seen the Miller in my hand and could have had it and put it down as fast as I picked it up. I mean, it's so bad. Look, I'm no art critic. I know I pretend to be on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't pretend to be educated. What I talk about is my opinion on art. And I've tried over the last years or so to figure out what it is that I think artistically Frank Miller is doing. From a guy who seems to understand what Sienkiewicz does all the time, I don't know why I can't understand artistically what Frank Miller is doing. It feels a lot like it's the whole put the pencil down and you can't lift it till you're done trick. That's kind of what his art feels like since the Daredevil days and maybe the Dark Knight days. But the end result is it's tough to understand aesthetically. I don't know. I must be missing something. Someone who knows more about art maybe can clue me in on what's good about it, but I can't come up with a thing that is aesthetically
really quickly, Mike. You mean you don't like the spider feet here?
Oh, God. No? Spider feet, negative spider pants.
You mean the spider toes?
A black
spider toes, yes.
Black brick wall. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand any of it. I just don't. A head that really can't bend that way, and some super short right arm, and all kinds of. I mean, well, I'm beyond that. I'm trying to look at it from like an impressionistic standpoint. I'm trying to really get into the art and figure out what is going on in Frank Miller's artistic brain. Someone who we all know is capable of incredible art that we at one point really loved, all of us. And he's just sort of gone off this weird artistic deep end that I can't figure out. The Ditko is clearly a Marvel money grab. They found some old piece of art that Ditko wouldn't have published if you paid him $1 million probably to have his reputation ruined by it. And they just said, oh, we'll just print it because here's a new piece of art we've never seen before. So I can't really blame Ditko for that piece, but it's an awful cover as well. It's as bad or worse than the Miller. And at 1 in 100, the sad part is Spider-Man fans are going to pony up for it. And that's really, really upsetting on both counts. Both of these are putting uber famous names, legendary names on covers, and then giving them this trash is upsetting stuff to me. But these are hard passes. I would much rather have those design variants. I would rather buy 10 of each of those design variants than on either one of them.
Yeah, it's a better buy.
Yeah, they're
oh
bad.
My goodness.
These are really bad. These are really insulting covers for both of these very, very legendary artists.
A Spider-Man number 1, and this is the covers we get.
Exactly.
This is strictly I'm gonna rip you off. I'm gonna take your money. and you're gonna like it. You got all these there's Spider-Man fans, and they'll buy every number one, and they'll buy as many covers as they can, and then you get these Legends, these Frank Miller Ditko covers as incentives, and they're trash. They're straight trash. Like the Frank Miller one, I don't even understand the pose. I don't understand the color choice. I like the fact that it's a black and red spider suit. I don't like the fact that it's black bricks behind it. Like, why? That's just a terrible choice. The proportions are off. He's got toes. Why am I seeing like he's got like those Japanese socks where you put on like you see the toes, the individual fucking toes. Like that's so annoying to me. It's like both of these covers were supposed to be made for Beast. Seriously, I feel like they were both Beast characters and just stuck Spider-Man's face on it. It's just gross. It's the Ditko one. This is why he probably didn't want this published. I mean, I literally see his ass 3 times on or 4 times. Like it's really weird.
How about the bulge one? How about the bulge one?
The
like
one
that one?
The one in the front, man, it just messes me up. I swear that's a straight Beast pose, and it just doesn't look right. These are not worth anything to me. I would never ever purchase these. I looked at these and I was like, oh, cool, another Spider-Man number 1. Yes, I get it. They're just doing the whole number 1s over and over again, and that's how they get you. I'm a little bit of a sucker for it, but I'm not that stupid. And I'm just gonna stay away from these because they're gonna be going for ratio or more because of just the names alone.
I know, it's sad.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's sad.
All right, Big Rob.
Well, they're not, Jeff. It's a half ratio right now on eBay. You can buy these for 50 and 25.
That's how bad they are.
Oh my goodness!
And they shouldn't be. I mean, they should have had something on here that would have just gone for ratio, and they're not.
Well, good for the ones who want to collect it and they're getting it for half ratio.
Yeah,
it's still not worth half ratio, but
well,
I don't know. It's to me the art. It's like it's contemporary to the time period of where Ditko come from.
That they were the big, when they were at their height. Yes. Yeah.
So Ditko from the 60s, and it looks like 60s art, honestly. And the Miller is from the 80s, and that pretty much looks like 80s art.
There's a copy of the Miller right now for $16.69.
There you go.
See, but I've seen them come back with different Steve Ditko covers for like the 1 in 100 hidden gems, and they're better than this.
Oh yeah, by far.
Yeah, there's better. Of course, there's a lot better art from Ditko, but this is in general, it reminds me of the animation of the cartoon. That's what it reminds me of because that's what they did.
The old 60s cartoon.
Yeah, they just reused Ditko's art on the cartoon, and that's what they just animated it. But it's I was gonna say lost my train of thought, but yeah, the Ditko I'll probably prefer that over the Miller. It's just preference. It just looks more interesting to me.
But is it a 1 in 100?
Oh no, none. Both these are not in the sense at all. These are just like cover C's and D's. Top $5. Just to say it's a Frank Miller and a Steve Ditko. It's like. Even $50, I think, is too much. But it looks cool in the photographs. I guess it looks because it's at least it's Ditko art. You could say that. But the Miller, there's more Miller art out there, at least for the recent covers and stuff. So I don't know. I guess I would choose the Ditko. But yeah, they're both shit, honestly. But that's like.
I like how you said they weren't trash; they were shit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess shit is above trash.
Yeah, it is.
Man. All right.
But you could tell that Ditko's art definitely some sort of an exercise. He was practicing on drawing Spider-Man.
His movements. Yeah,
movement exercise.
And I get that. He's done it on other covers. There's not other, So
it's interesting for sure.
Oh, look at that K-pop! I would buy them both so I could burn them.
You probably get a lot of viewers.
Like Morello school of collecting, attaboy.
And here's another thing. I don't even know if that Frank Miller's commissioned by Frank Miller. they could have just taken an old drawing that they owned.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of those books. He goes, I don't want to see that. Don't put that in front of me to sign.
Oh, they didn't even ask him. Oh, they for sure. Yeah, I guarantee you they own this art. They don't.
He won't sign this book.
No. All right. How about this one? These are both Tula Lute drawings. We have the Poison Ivy, which is a 1 in 25. And this one, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of this book. 1 second. Excuse me?
Night of the Ghoul.
Night of the Ghoul?
Yes, it's Night of the Ghoul.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right there.
I was waiting for him to notice. I was waiting for him to look up.
Oh my god!
You just have virgin eyes, huh? Everything's a virgin cover, and
that's right. That's
and it's a Snyder Francavilla book too.
I was like Poison Ivy, Night of the Ghoul. Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. Big Rob, you can go first. Which one would you choose? The Poison Ivy cover or the Night of the Ghoul?
I would choose the Night of the Ghoul. Personally, me. It's a lower investment. It's a 1 in 10. This book has a lot more legs, so there's a lot more buzz behind this book. The art itself on both books are fine. Like it's her art. It's typically what she kind of that vibe she draws. But the Night of the Ghoul definitely has more spec value, and it's a more interesting art. It says what the hell's going on? This sexy chick with a zombie face and 2 crows chilling on her back and in front of her. So that's it. It's 1 in 10. So it's an easy buy. The other one's 1 in 25. You got to think about it. $25. You're like, it just looks like a sexy. What's the name of the Dana Scully, man? That's what she looks like, to be honest. From the X-Files. Yeah. So it's interesting too, but I'll take Night of the Ghoul all day, every day.
All right. And Jeff?
John's Comics was right. The B cover for Poison Ivy is better than the Tula Lute. It is the one by I can't say the first name, but her last name or his last name is Sejic. That artist has been that artist is coming up. The art that I've seen coming from that person has been great. So I would pick that over the Lotte, and that's cover price. Well, it's B cover price, so that's the cardstock cover price. I would take the Night of the Ghoul as well over the Poison Ivy one. I actually didn't like the Poison Ivy one just because I don't know, what is she? Is she cutting sheer like stuff off of her, or is she just dirty? I don't get it.
Is those tomatoes?
She's dirty, Jeff. She's very dirty.
Look, tomatoes.
Are those cherries? Are those tomatoes? I'm good on that one. I like the other one a little bit better, and that's not even my type of genre, but I do like the art a little bit better. And she's got a crow being pervy.
Bite her titties.
All right. What about you, Mike?
I'm in the exact same camp for a lot of reasons. The Tula Lute, sorry, they're both Tula Lute, but the Lute Ivy is the one of the 4 covers this week that looks the least like Poison Ivy, and it is the worst of the 4. There's a David Tulaski that's fantastic, although it looks kind of like female Jolly Green Giant, but still really well done. There's of course the Stefan Sejic or however you say it. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely incredible. It's like Middleton level.
Yes.
And we're all forgetting that we finally get the Souza Maika as well.
Mm-hmm.
So for all those folks that didn't get their hands on Souza Maika B covers for Catwoman, you now can get, 1 in 25s for Catwoman, or whatever they were, 1 in 50s. You can now get B covers for both from Souza Maika. And this Poison Ivy this week is also really, really excellent. So all 3 of those kind of blow the Latte away on Poison Ivy. I would say, pick your poison, as it were, for that. But I think the Latte is the bottom of the barrel. And I love Latte's work. I really do. It's sort of sketchy and out of the lines, and there's a really cool feel to it, which I think works a hell of a lot better on the Night of the Ghoul book. But similarly, all of the other Night of the Ghoul covers are all Francavilla covers, and they're all super awesome too. There's also an incentive. It's very cool, like mouth in the middle of a face with no eyes. It's super creepy. There's a hand one that looks kind of like one of those Archie horror books, and a couple of other selections, so to speak, from Francavilla. So it is a Francavilla book. It might be worth getting the Francavilla cover for said book. But if I have to choose one of the two, I'm going with the Night of the Ghoul. It's creepy. It's weird. It's a cool cover. Again, I don't think I would choose either one for either book. I'd choose the Sozomaika or the Sejic for the Poison Ivy, and I would choose either the B cover or Incentive Francavillas for the Night of the Ghoul. And that's not just me trying to plug my article. I really think the regular B covers are better in almost every case this week on almost every book. I was really surprised to see that. That's not normally the way I fly.
I completely agree with that because the Sejic is in my pool as well.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And honestly, so is that Talaski, if you can look past the whole female Jolly Green Giant thing. You'll see. If you've not seen the cover yet, folks, go and take a look at that one, and you'll see what I mean. I don't think you'll be able to unsee it.
Green Giant.
You're gonna really want some green beans when you're done looking at it.
Oh my god!
Green Giant.
All right. So Big Rob, did you go already?
Yeah, I did. That was the first one.
I'm going.
All right, very good. All right, moving on to the next one. We have Mr. The Big Rob's favorite trade dress, The Hulk by Dan Panosian. 1 in 25. Big Rob?
Yeah, by far the worst trade dress out there in the comic book world. The Hulk trade dress. I hate that fucking trade dress. Why are in the middle, dude? It's like, I get the smash shit, but you could have done without the Hulk, right? Just ruining the Hulk's, centering there. But I don't know. It's pretty generic Hulk art. This is, what I expect the Hulk to look on a cover A. Not on 1 in 25, that's for sure. So it's not bad. It's just not 1 in 25 worthy. This is definitely a skip on my part. But it's basic, basic comic book art. The line work looks solid. The coloring solid. Just the trade dress kind of fucks up all over the place. But yeah, it's not a 1 in 25. It's cover A.
Okay. Jeff?
Yeah, this is an easy pass. That makes no sense to put the smash on the bottom saying smash. You just use the Hulk trade dress to do that. And they've done it so many different times before. It's just redundant at this point. I feel like he's put the trade dress there because he's naked behind that.
No,
I know he's not. I'm just saying it kind of looks like it.
You can barely see his shorts.
Like, why? It's like a censoring. And his face is like this. That's not the Hulk to me. Yeah, this is not good. Honestly, I don't like it at all. I wouldn't even want it as the A cover.
Oh, okay. Mike?
Yeah.
I'm right there with him. I mean, I think this is just a splash page at best. This doesn't belong on a cover. And I like Panosian's work. I really do. I think he's got another cover this week, too. If I'm not mistaken, it's on a Dynamite book. Does that make sense? Or am I thinking of somebody else? I'm looking at it now, but I can't find it. It's not good. It's just it's very generic inner panel work. Okay. And why, to go along with what Jeff said, why put the smash down below sort of away from the image and then splash the terrible trade dress over the top of it? Once you've essentially gotten the word out of the way. And then once you've done that, what do? You smack a word in the middle again. So you've created the same problem twice. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, this is not good. Not even like Jeff said, not even as an A or B cover, let alone a 1. This is a hard pass.
Yes.
He's taking it Bagley. Nice.
Yeah, it looks like Swamp Thing's arm or some shit. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. How about, speaking of Swamp Thing, we have Steve Beach, a 1 in 25 for Dark Crisis, the Deadly Green #1. Mike?
I like this cover. I think there's a little bit too much going on in it. I really love the Swamp Thing himself. I think that's a really amazing thing. And I sort of like the idea that within the green, which he of course represents, there are things going on, right? So I get what's happening here. There's cool depth. There's some storytelling happening. and then Swamp Thing as the representation of the green, and these things are happening within the green, is a cool concept. I think the thing that bothers me most is the background color choices. I don't know why that's that color. I mean, if we're if we're in a really nice green, if we're like in Fiddler's green, if you're a Sandman person, then that's a nice blue sky, puffy clouds, the whole sort of paradise sort of look. If it's the swamp, then it's sort of this dark, dingy, rainy sky. And this is neither one. This is this like weird Aurora Borealis thing happening in the background. So I've got a real problem with the background color choice. I do sort of like the almost two-dimensional characters within the green, as opposed to the very deep sort of rendered Swamp Thing. I think that's a cool dynamic. So I like the rest of the cover. I don't like that sort of clashing background. The purples and pinks make no sense to me. I don't know why they're there.
Okay, and purples and pinks. That's right up Big Rob's alley. What do you think?
Oh wow, it's foil.
Yeah, my alley's closed.
Oh, is it foil?
Your alley's closed, huh?
That's why they picked the colors, because of the foil.
Oh no, then no.
All right.
I hate foil covers in general, and now I like this even less.
Nah.
Honestly, the first thing I saw, I laughed when I saw this cover, because it's just the faces that everybody's making in these covers are just hilarious to me. Look at all the faces. It's just funny.
I'll explain it later.
Obviously, this is Elseworld Stories, because there's like the Joker female about to kill a Robin. Wonder Woman, I guess, went psychotic and about to break somebody's neck in half.
But that's Maxwell Lord. Remember when she killed him, right?
Yeah. So he drew moments throughout throughout DC history, kind of thing, like major moments. So that's Superman holding Supergirl in the Crisis, Infinite Crisis. You've got Joker killing Robin, in the Killing Joke, and
that's a male Joker.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like
with the crowbar. He has the crowbar. Is beating Robin.
I thought it was like an Elseworld.
Yeah,
like a Martha Joker thing.
And that's Wonder Woman, twisting off Maxwell's head, so snapping his neck.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like whatever to me. I really don't give a shit about this cover. It doesn't nothing about it really stands out to me, to be honest. It's just the Swamp Thing. He could have done with all the other bullshit. Swamp Thing by itself would have been cool, but the other shit is just meaningless to me. I don't care. It's an actual art piece. I bet you I don't know. Maybe they didn't, but if it was just Swamp Thing by itself, that would have been cool.
I'm not against that thought, because both of you probably had that were around that same wavelength, where if it was just Swamp Thing, this would actually be a really cool cover, because Swamp Thing's drawn really great. I totally agree with that. Maybe I wish he could have done the idea of showing the past a little bit differently, like in a window of like surrounded by wood, like just within him, like a darkness within him, and just showing like pictures. But I mean, I get the concept. I'm not mad at it. I like it better than a lot of the other 1-in-25s for DC. I just don't.
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
I just don't know if I would get it myself. It's actually not that bad. So maybe that's why I'm leaning more toward it, being kinder to it, just because maybe I'm just kind of skewed by all the terrible 1-in-25s by DC. And that Swamp Thing, honestly, Beach drew a great Swamp Thing. I really dig the Swamp Thing. So if that's my focus, I really like it.
Okay. So the reason why I kind of chose this one as the like the ugly, or like this is just horrible, has to do with it looks like those three pictures, the Superman Crisis, the Joker, Wonder Woman, they look like they were photoshopped in. You know how like you kind of want to cut these things in and kind of paste them.
They ruined the original art, is what they did. Yes.
Yeah.
Because like
clip art.
I totally agree with you guys. Like Swamp Thing looks gorgeous. Like the face, I love the detail of it, but adding these little things here, it was just too much, and it just makes it look like trash.
I get it.
Right? And then to K-pop also mentioned like this like white space here. It kind of draws your attention here when your attention should be here.
It should have just been a dreary night with a moon in the background with some
Swamp
clouds
Thing, for
covering
God's
it.
sake. That's what we all expect. Come on.
Yeah, I mean that should have been the worst that it got.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're right. I do believe that a lot of those actual people are very much cut in there and just pasted.
Pasted, right?
Yeah.
So to time traveling nomad's point, yeah, that is kind of the way the Swamp Thing is in the green. Is he is sort of like the watcher for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He basically uses the root system of the world to go wherever he wants to go.
He's the guardian of the green.
That's
he
right.
is. Yeah. So yeah, and you're probably joking in that comment, but that's actually kind of how he's represented in these storylines where
he's the guardian of the Nexus, right, or something like that.
Yeah,
that's it.
All right, and then moving on to the next one, we have Jorge Corona, and this is a 1 in 50 for the Sword of Azrael number 3. Jeff.
I saw Mike's face just drop in his hands. Because I've never seen this cover. I didn't bother looking at this book. I'm so glad I didn't look at it earlier because I would have wasted my time. Yeah, this is, I don't like it. I mean, I get the interpretive art, so it's just not for me. What the hell is Batman doing in his cape? Because that's what it looks like. Yeah, it's very, that's I'm a pass on this. It's not my art. It's not my type of art. I'm sorry, Jorge.
All right, Big Rob.
Not for 1 in 50 either.
I'm trying to remember, what's the name of that character from Cartoon Network, the samurai?
Samurai Jack. I was thinking the same thing.
That's the first thing that this is Samurai Jack, Johnny Bravo, very stylistic art. It's definitely not 1 in 50, but I appreciate for what it is. This one is definitely Cartoon Network art. So it's cool in that way, if you want to look at it that way.
Right.
And I like the coloring. Don't know shit about the book. And Arizona's just gnarly. So I kind of like it, to be honest. It's very cartoonish, very, Cartoon Network. So for that aspect, I like it. I'm pretty sure Mike's going to destroy this in a minute, but yeah, I like it personally.
All right. Well, what about you, Mike?
All right. So yeah, it has that Gendy art feel to it, which I think is the artist name for Samurai Jack, and then the Clone Wars, the first group of Clone Wars. This very much has that feel.
Yeah.
And on the right thing with the right, so like, I actually don't have a problem with the artistic style per se. I think this is the wrong book for it, and I think that art style needs to have colors that pop, that aren't just all one monotone color. So I think it works well in things like Samurai Jack and things like Clone Wars, where you've got multiple sort of primary colors going on, and then it feels right. But on this just feels like kind of a mess to me. Again, I feel like it's on the wrong kind of character or the wrong kind of book, and I think that there needs to be more than just red on here. I like the comment that said my 3D glasses are missing a lens or whatever it was. Just have the red lens. For those old schoolers or for those new schoolers that don't know that 3D glasses used to have one blue lens and one green lens or one red lens.
Yep.
Everything. Yeah. So the art itself, I appreciate what's trying to happen on here, but I feel like there were some missteps in the presentation of it. So yeah, I think
Mike said it better than I did. That's for sure.
There you go.
I don't know what else to say, but this is a hard pass at 1 in 50 for me. But at least trying to step back and appreciate it for what it's trying to be. I get the direction. I think it just kind of veered off the road for a sec.
This is good animation art. You're right. If it was the color, maybe the color just doesn't pop for me, and it just throws me off.
The color goes for that poster vibe, like that Rage Against the Machine, like
right,
band.
the Mondo kind of color. Yeah. No, I get it. No, I get it. It's just it doesn't work for me on this book.
Yeah, it's not for everybody for sure.
Yeah.
And no one look at time travel is like, and no one is paying ratio.
No. That's a guarantee.
This is a $20 book all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's even that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then moving on to the next one, we have a Gotham City Year 1 #1 by David Marquez, and it's also of 1 in 25. Oh, wow. Both. Man, Jeff's okay. So, Big Rob.
I would take the Mondo poster we just saw over this one, to be honest.
Jeff agrees with you.
This is boring. This is horrible. This is art that didn't make it onto Batman the Animated Series. This is
my God.
It was on the cutting room floor. They cut it out. Batman the Animated Series. This is not good enough for the show. Let's cut it out. So I mean, if you remember the art from that show, sometimes the art was pretty bad on that show too. So yeah, it's I get it what he was aiming for, that noir vibe with the dark, black and the purple and the wave hammer in the front.
Yeah, that's how bad it is.
Yeah, this is straight trash. So it's it's a skip. 125 down, dude. Not even a cover A. This is definitely should have been just like vetoed out of the fucking system. Yeah.
All right. What about you, New Alonzo?
I'm not wasting time talking about this thing.
Okay.
Those guys said it all. If it were just the head in the background, like just the guy in the background, whom I'm assuming is supposed to be the murderer, then okay as a B cover. Then adding the terrible art over the top just kills it. So I've got nothing else to say.
Okay.
Yeah, at least it would give it that noir feeling, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
the wave hammer kills it.
You know how bad this cover is when the outline of the dead person is cheesy and crappy. That's how bad this art is. That's like
there's no angle to it. Like it's supposed to be flat on the ground.
Weird.
He's flying. He's swimming through the cover.
Placement of it is just bad, and the drawing of the couple is bad.
Might as well put the whole trade dress on there.
I'm good. it's so bad. Yeah, just put the trade dress right there in the middle, please.
Yeah, the Hulk one, bro.
Oh God.
All right, let's move on. then. All right, what about this one here? New Alonzo's favorite artist, Peach Momoko.
Oh my God.
For Miracle Man #1, and this is a 1 in 200.
Miracle Man.
It's Miracle Man 0.
200 copies of Miracle Man.
New Alonzo, what do you think?
Everyone who bought into that damn Kang thing.
I've had such a good weekend. I don't want to go on a tirade again. Do I have to do this?
You don't have to.
Paulo's going, uh-oh. he's waiting for Mike to explode right now.
You can just say it sucks, bro. That's it.
You're good.
K-pop, discover again. Seriously. Look, again, like, come on, man. Either I'm pissed at the people who are dumb enough to buy it,
the editor,
or I'm pissed at the publisher for doing it in the first. Come on, man. Like 1 in 200. Nobody in their right mind, no shop in their right mind is ordering 200 copies of this book other than to get the Peach Momoko, which they are going to then destroy you on the price. And it's not good. I mean, it's not bad. This is actually not a bad Momoko, but it's not a good one either. It's sort of like the halfway. It's the halfway.
It's not a 1 in 200 Momoko.
It's not even like a 1 in 50 Momoko. It's like maybe a 1 in 10-ish kind of Momoko, but it's not a horrible Momoko, which of course, you know me. When I see a horrible Momoko, I'm not shy about it. But
it's not grass.
Come on, man. There is nothing that warrants this kind of an incentive on this book at all. This is such a clear money grab. I mean, how can people not see this? Like, I don't get how.
How about them Cowboys?
Consumers, yeah, seriously. I don't know how consumers continue to buy this drivel. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. What could possibly possess a person to buy this and go,
you're damn right,
for one of two reasons, either to say, dude, I love this cover so fucking much that it's worth $200. There's the first problem. Or I think this is going to be worth money. If you're dumb enough to think either of those two things about this cover, then you know what? Go buy all of these. Please get them off the market so I never have to see it again. Because this is exactly why comics will die. Shit like this. This is why.
Okay.
Not us, not speculators, not none of that, but the companies doing this kind of. Because then what do you do with the 200 copies of this book that you can never sell? They're worthless.
All right. Jeff.
Sorry, did I go too far?
No, you
not
didn't.
at all.
Not at all. You actually didn't beat it as bad as I thought you were going to.
You should have said, fuck your mama.
Well, it's because I don't actually mind the art so much on this one.
Art isn't bad for a Momoko. It is definitely not a 1 in 200. It's way too high of an incentive. Especially for this book. I don't know how many people are really know who Miracle Man is, even after reading what was at that time series that with Kang in it.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know if anybody in today's world is really caring about Miracle Man. And a 1 in 200, unless this thing has a chance of becoming like a $20,000 book one day, which it has no chance. It's not worth it. I love Momoko. I really do. Even some of the bad art that Mike really doesn't like. This is, again, not a bad cover, but it looks like Sailor Moon / Captain Marvel on a Miracle Man cover. Why? So I'm definitely out. It's not a 1 in 200. There's no way. It's at least a decent art by her. That's all.
If a company had enough integrity to say, look, we just want this book to be read, then you give this thing out at like the collector forum or whatever they call that, the summit, the retailer summit. You give it out at a thing like that. You don't make a 1 in 200 incentive. If you want a book to legitimately be scarce and have it be like this special thing, kind of like the D23 Disney characters with SpiderMan on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want a book like, then that's something, and I can dig that. Like, I get that model, is to be like, okay, we'll just create some rarity here. It'll be fun for the people who really love either Peach Momoko or Miracle Man or both or whatever. But to make shops do this to satiate their Peach Momoko fans is horseshit.
Yeah, maybe it should have been a 1 per store.
Okay,
that would have been a good incentive, right?
Sure, absolutely, and there you go. And then you're feeding your store some love. You're saying, okay,
whoever said that, thank you.
Yeah, here's a nice nugget. Go sell this for whatever you want. Make some money, have fun, enjoy. Merry Christmas.
It's the Nomad.
And then you make the consumer that got it happy. You make the shop happy. Everybody wins. Agreed.
All right, Big Rob.
They get a fairly attractive looking book at the end of the day too. It's not a bad book.
Peter Pan. Let's move on.
Peter Pan.
It's Mary Lou Retton, Peter Pan.
Apollo, you are my man crush, bro. I mean, I love you saying that.
Oh wow, that was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right, what about this one? I know that Jeff is a huge Magic the Gathering fan, so this is Magic the Gathering number 19.
Nerd.
A 1 in 10 by Jung Jang Yoon.
Did you call him a nerd?
Nerd.
He did. He's like nerd.
Come on, Big Rob, then you can start. Let's go.
Off the bat, it's just a little too digital for my taste. I don't know. It just doesn't. It looks. I don't know. I stupid saying it, but it's like, oh, it's too fake. But it's a fucking comic book. Yeah, it's too fake. It just, something about it just seems it's missing something. Like, I don't know, the rendering, or I don't know what the hell's wrong with it.
Is it too clean for you?
Yeah, it's just too clean. The background's obviously boring as fuck, but it's just too clean. It just, I need some texturing to it. The character looks interesting, but yeah, it's just like some early rendering of art project that this guy did, and that's it. And it's 1 in 10, I guess. That's the only saving grace for his incentive, but I would skip it.
Okay. And Jeff.
Well, I've probably asked my LCS to put this in my pool because I always say Magic all covers. And it's just because I love the art that on most of the covers.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of them are digital, and this one is definitely not rendered enough. It definitely needs some more shading, maybe needs to be a little darker to explain where that light is coming from. It's not bad. But I'll be honest, this is probably not one of their best ones. I guarantee I'll get it for probably cover price. So
Nice.
It's not a big deal. It's a 1 in 10. Yeah.
Mike?
So you guys know I don't like the digital art thing, and because I feel like it takes a lot of life out of covers, and this one has no life.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing going. This looks like somebody took a bad photo of a statue and put it up on the cover. So I don't necessarily have a problem with digital art when it's done well. Like some of those really good Bjorn Beren's covers are fantastic. Some of Matina's best work is fantastic. Matter of fact, I like a couple of the NetEase gaming variants for Marvel this week. There's the Captain America Sentinel of Liberty is a pretty nice one, and there's one other good one.
The Spider-Man one somewhere.
It's the Spider-Man one, yeah. And I actually dug those two, and I really don't like using gaming art on covers because I feel like that's a lazy like cop out. But this suffers from the same thing. So I tried to have this conversation through the chat with Trish Forstner. I guess it was 2 weeks ago, maybe it was last week, I forget, about what it is about digital art that I don't like. Yes, digital art is still art, and a good artist that works digitally still has to be good at art to do it. But they also have to realize that people want these things to look like they're hand done. They want there to be some depth, some grit, some, the materials that people use to make art are part of what makes art great, not just trying to make it look like a photograph. And this looks like a poorly rendered photograph, Photoshop kind of a job. And that's what all the bad digital covers suffer from, is this sort of shiny, fake plastic looking image that has no life to it. And most of the covers that I don't like that are digital have this problem. And I would say it's about 75 to 90% of all digital covers look lifeless and shiny and plastic to me. And that does not move me. I want art to move me in some way.
Well, there you go, Mike. So Trish says the same thing, right? It looks like it's an over-rendered 3D model.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to take a dry brush and just run it through this fucking cover, like all over his armor, like just a dry brush, just darken it up, make it a little bit dirty or not so.
Agreed. And to defend good digital artists, the ones who understand that are the ones that produce great digital art. And those covers I'll go crazy for it. Let's look at that Warren Lau Wonder Woman that we all go absolutely apeshit for. That thing is a work of perfection, and it's clearly all digital, and I absolutely love that cover. So it's not me hating digital art. It's me liking a very small percentage of it from the artists that get how to use it wisely. That's the best way I can put it. And this is not that.
Okay. Makes perfect sense. All right. How about this one? I think this pulls on all of our little heartstrings here. Saturday Morning Adventures, TMNT. It is a number 1. It is 1 in 10 by Tim Latte or Latte. I have no idea. Mr. TMT himself, Big Rob.
With all the strengths in my will, I had to say, like, the art itself is great. But yeah, I eventually got to draw the line with I can't buy every fucking book. My natural instinct was to say order all the covers, all issues. I want everything, but I'm like, no, dude, I can't do that. So I'm not buying this. But I do love the art. It is nostalgic. It is classic, and that's the whole. That's what it is. It's the Saturday Morning Adventures TMNT issue. Number 1 is the 1 in 10. So this, it's an IDW 1 in 10. It's gonna be hard to find. It's going to be hard to get. I love the little ooze bottle broken in half on the right. I love that. It's perfect. The birthday cake. I love the shredder. What is that, like a
pinata
or cookie or something like that? the fucking the airship on top, everything about it is I love.
Right?
You wish this was your like 8th birthday and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I love all the covers on issues 1 and 2, and I love them. It hits my heart, but it just eventually you gotta say no.
Oh, Mike.
I'm with Trish on this. I've got to have this or one of them. I mean, there's a few covers that actually hit the nostalgia. There's like 3 of them. This is one of them, and this is probably the one I'll try to get if I can get it, since it's the ratio, and it'll be harder to get and probably worth more. This is not. I'm drawing lots of lines on what I buy these days, but this is not. This is on the good side of the line. I can't not buy one of these. Like I have to try to get my hands on this. This is exactly what this book should be. This artist nailed it. All around, everything Rob said. This is perfect. This is exactly what this book should be. And it's a 1 in 10, which is again exactly what it should be. No money grabs going on here. No 1 in 100 nonsense. Just a 1 in 10. Slightly hard to get. Let's see shops order 10 copies. You know, maybe a 10, 15, $20 buy-in on week 1, and then 10 years from now, when everybody wants this thing,
yeah, easy,
crazy town. At least 50 to 100, I would guess. This will be the book people will want. This is exactly right. I mean, it's nailed, dead on. I really want them.
I feel like I have to explain myself. The reason I'm drawing the line is because I spend a lot of fucking money on toys too. So it's like I can't.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
So I can't buy every fucking book anymore. I like 2 years ago, I was buying all the books, but now it's
Toys got more expensive now too.
Yeah.
It does look like a nice T-shirt, Apollo. You're right. That's exactly what it should look like.
But that says something about the art, then, right? Because then it's almost evergreen at that point. Because then you can enjoy it elsewhere, probably on a poster, on a lunchbox.
This could have just as easily been on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures from the 80s or 90s or whenever those books came out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the goal, right?
And this is the reason why it's going to be in my pool box.
Somebody want to buy it? Jesus Christ.
I did. So this week, for some reason, I thought I was gonna have a big pool. I went over the books. I think I have like less than 12 books, which is good for me. Really good for me. It's really. And so I was like, yeah. And this was one of the 12, or maybe one of the 10. I might have been 10 books. But yeah, I mean. I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't get that many books this week. I'll try to get this one and see if I can get the A in the 1 in 10. So hopefully it's in my pool box. I got it purely for nostalgia. I've been getting the Saturday Morning Adventures ones. So the G.I. Joe, I've been getting as well. So, I mean, just nostalgia, I guess. I love this. There's nothing wrong with the art. I love the art.
A book like this keeps comic collecting fun.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I really like about it.
I don't have to be too serious about it. I just hope that I can get one. And if I can't, then I'm not going to be upset.
We know
but
the
at least I
will
get
be
the A
silly
cover.
inside, and that's fine. That's exactly what it should be.
And I like the fact that, look, it's next to April O'Neil's workplace, if you can tell.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. They got everything a little involved in this cover, even if they don't have all the characters there. They have some piece of everybody there a little bit. Yeah. So I like it. It's cool.
All right. And our next one here has to do with our friend Trish Forstner, a 1 in 25. Yes, and this is Dark Ride. All right, I'm going to kind of get in here really quickly just to say that when I saw this cover, I wanted it immediately. I could not get it when I was talking to Bird City.
Neither could I.
They had sold out of this one when I was going to get their store exclusive. So I'm hoping I can still get it. But this was a book that when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, this looks amazing. It's a great homage. I love that it's like,
like it's Little Mermaid, right?
Excuse me?
It's Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
making sure it is a little dark.
And I like the colors and everything, because this, if you've seen the movie poster for for The Little Mermaid, I mean, the animated, it looks exactly like this. It's very like kind of like a two-toned ish kind of cover. It's a nice silhouette across the moon. I mean, it's perfect. I love it. I wanted to get this. I'm still trying to find it. But yeah, this is a great cover. So that's my 2 cents. Again, I did ask our friend Ant from Bird City to get this for me. So hopefully you'll be able to take care of it. All right. Mike, please.
So first, Wookie, if you want to join me in telling Rob a little FU for making us buy this.
Oh my God, he did get it.
Yeah, so we both have these. Yeah,
and I didn't.
He suckered you guys in.
Oh, we're such suckers. This was $50. This thing,
Big
but it's
Rob the
beautiful. They did a great
siren.
job on it. So there's that. That's just commenting on a comment that Wookie made.
Saturday mornings, stop by.
Trish, I almost wish you weren't in the chat so that my exonerating this cover doesn't seem like fan service, but this is great. This is a great cover. Trish, I love your work anyway, but this you went to a different level on this one. This hits a lot of different feels for a lot of different people. The coloring is perfect, the lighting is perfect, the lines are beautiful, the shadows are beautiful. This is I wouldn't even care what book this was. I don't care what you put this image on. I would want it. I also did not get one, and I'm super pissed. And I don't know. I'm hoping I can get my hands on one too at some point. Man, this is my favorite cover of the week all around.
All right, I'll ask my shop then.
Simple as that.
All right.
I don't really know how else to put it.
What about you, Big Rob? Yes, look at them dead bodies. Yep.
Well, immediately the first thing I thought when I saw, because I haven't seen none of these covers until today, and it's Little Mermaid, right? I'm assuming this is the goal, right? That's the homage, Little Mermaid. Yep. Yeah, it's perfect. It reminds me of the poster. I believe this is the poster in the theater, right?
Yep. It is. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the bottom of it; it's just all parts of the poster too.
Yeah, it's gnarly, right? With because it's dark, right, and there's the dead bodies all over them around her, but it's. Of course, it's a beautiful purplish, maroonish color. It's like I love that, and the moon looks nice. Interesting, the giant horn in her head. That's interesting. I don't know nothing about this book, but I love it. I think I'm a big Disney mark as well, and I'm easily sold on stuff like this. So I'll definitely ask my shop. This sounds like a big deal. So I'll see if they have it.
All right, Jeff, is this in your pool box?
I didn't even see this. I didn't know they had any ratios for this book. I really didn't. I don't know if maybe my page glitched out because I only saw the A cover on it. So I maybe it didn't completely load and I didn't see the other covers, but I'm upset because now I have to go text my LCS owner in about 5 minutes after the show so he can save me one tomorrow morning and hope that he got enough books too. Because this is Source Point, right? Is this a Source Point? Is it a Source Point book or something like that?
It's a Boom. Isn't it Boom?
Is it Boom?
Image.
I don't know which one it was.
This one might be Image. Hang on.
I thought Three Keys was Image and this was a different one. I wasn't sure. Oh, Scout Comics. Is it Scout? I think it's Scout.
Skybound. So it's Image.
Skybound. Okay. Maybe there will be enough. Cross my fingers. But damn it, like I don't understand how Trish is not a Disney Imagineer working for them under their umbrella because she fits their mold. And I love the way that she twists on Disney art as well. This is so cool in all kinds of manners and collection and collectability. It's just like it's got that little horror with the Disney twist. I mean, the Disney with the little horror twist. I'm digging all of that. I like how the colors came out. This color scheme is great. And I like how you did the text. It works just for that poster that you can tell exactly what the hell this is without having to know anything about the book. And that will get you to incentivize you to get this book. And that's what I like about incentives. That's what they're there for. They're to incentivize you to look into this book. Just like, oh, well, that's a twisted take on Little Mermaid. Okay, maybe I'll go check this out. So that's what I like about it. And Disney should be hiring you. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
All right. And I believe that is the end of our incentives.
Woo! We ended the incentives on a good note.
Right? Hey, it was on purpose. I knew you guys were going to like that cover. I mean, it's awesome, right?
The last 2 covers were good, yeah.
All right. So now moving on to our store exclusives. So these are the exclusives that we got notified about for pre-orders for our online retailers. So first up, we have Star Wars: The High Republic, The Blade, #1 by Dan Pan. Oh, I got his name again. Panosian. That you can get for $40. You can get it at Anti-Hero Gallery, Frankie's Comics, and Unknown Comics. So, Mr. Star Wars guys, let's go with Mike. What are your thoughts?
It's okay. I love that lightsaber design. I know that's not his doing. I'm sure that's in the guts and part of the writing. What species is this? Like Hellboy species?
It's the Hellboy species on Star Wars. You don't know about that?
Yay, Trish.
Oh, thank God. Yes. Oh, perfect.
That's what I used to say. I was like, is this Hellboy?
The universe is in alignment. Oh, I love
the other hand is the big hand. He's not showing.
Oh man, that is such good news. Oh my God. Oh, you're gonna kill my wallet, Trish.
What happened?
Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, back to this cover. I kind of like it. I like the layering of it. It has this sort of cool one of the episodes of that Star Wars Visions show had this kind of animation style to it that I really liked. I think it was the Ronin one. It was the only one I really liked, actually, when all was said and done. Or it kind of has that almost like photo mixed with animation thing, like the old Bakshi, what do you call it? Lord of the Rings ones. If you remember those, were like the horseback riders were all filmed, but the characters were animated over the top of it. It has that kind of feel to it, so I sort of dig it. But again, it's
the race, right?
Yes, right.
Okay.
And the Rohan riders also were like that. And I think maybe even the orcs in Mordor. I'm not sure, but this is certainly not a $40 set to me. This is sort of B covery level. It's okay, but it's kind of generic. And I realize this is probably the introduction of a new character, so people will like it as a result of that. But it doesn't really move me. Again, these store exclusives need to do one of two things. They either need to move me artistically or they need to move me nostalgically. And this one does neither one of those things. And I feel like it's kind of easy to do that for me on a Star Wars book, and this one still doesn't do it. So I'm kind of at a pass on this.
All right, Big Rob.
So I probably mentioned this before, like on this show, I believe. I'm definitely not buying any store exclusives for Star Wars High Republic second arc, unless it's got to be some crazy. Because if you go back to the first arc, there really is just 2 covers that really hit hard. That was that Clone Wars 1 homage, and the one from I think it was from Unknown, the one where the Reed was doing all the flippy flips with the lightsabers. That one cover was the only two that really hit. The most of the covers that are hit for that series was the Diamond Distributed cover. So to me, those are the more better buys. As for this is store exclusive, the art itself is fine. I think we killed Dan on the last. I think it wasn't an artist in the pretty art we saw earlier.
Yeah,
we murdered him on that one, but he's a lot better on this. The actual art itself, the pencils are really well. You can really see the line work on here, and it's almost like a spaghetti western vibe to it. I love that aspect of it. The lightsaber little, like, kind of disrupting a bit. That's cool. I love that. So yeah, the whole species vibe, the whole Hellboy thing kind of throws me off at first, but as soon as you get over that, I think that's a good cover, and people definitely like it. But I'm personally not buying this for my own reasons. But yeah, it's good art.
Okay, Jeff.
So he's at the Alamo. Is that what you're saying?
San Antonio? No.
It kind of looks like it. A Jedi at the Alamo. I actually like the background, like the stars in the sky. This is not my type of art. I don't think Dan's my type of artist here. It's just it doesn't work for me. It doesn't incentivize me to go buy this set. I know a lot of Star Wars fans will probably maybe some will like it and some won't, but this is not for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $40 for the set.
All right.
That is confirmed, by the way. That Dan Panosian did do an Unbreakable Red Sonja #1 that I really like, and that was that for this week. So if you want to see Dan at his best, go check that one out.
Paulo, that's why my comment was kind of blah.
Yep. All right. And the next one here, we have Damn Them All, #1 by Bill Sienkiewicz. It's an LE $530, and you can purchase this at Carnivore Comics. Mike, you're buying this, aren't you?
Yeah, he's a mark. He's a Sienkiewicz mark.
I am
yeah.
the mark. Oh,
But this one's good though.
It is. It totally is.
God, I love Sync. I love this cover. This is great perspective. It's super cool. Great. See, now this is when negative space works.
Yes.
So this is an artist who understands how that works and also understands, the drama of perspective and on all the correct ways. Damn it.
And I know where the light is coming from.
I thought I was going to get through a week without having to do one of these damn
Wow.
things, and now I got to go buy this stupid cover because.
Oh, look! Even Apollo. Look.
Whoa! Apollo gave someone good mark here. All right.
Yeah.
All right. See, I knew you were my
Man crush.
My man crush.
There you go.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I think what I love about Sync is that he not only still has some of his old school, but he has modernized himself throughout the decades, and he's figured out how to continue to stay fresh and interesting, yet still being very artistic and impressionistic in his own very unique style. And how can you not respect that? Whether you actually like his art or not is one thing, but not respecting him is quite another. I think this is a great cover. I look forward to going and wasting my money.
$30. There you go.
I'm sure it will be worthless, but I don't care. It's just, again, it's to buy what you like. I like this cover a lot. I love Sienkiewicz's work, and this is a great example of it. I want one. So,
Jeff?
So I am kind of surprised and not surprised it's Bill's artwork. You can kind of tell with the outlines. The face though, wow. So this reminds me of like Ian Flux kind of art, kind of
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, that anime-ish kind of art too. But I like he mixed it well with this, so it doesn't look overly anime. It just really works for me. Wow, this is a really good Bill Sienkiewicz cover. Damn it, that is tempting because of the limitation as well. So you're killing me, man. Damn. I might have to twist and turn for this one, but I might have to get this. Oh man, this is actually good. I like it.
oh man,
damn it! Yes, with a little pop on the red, and it's just on the lip, and then a lipstick, and then on the shirt, a little splatter.
Yep.
Yeah, up the hammer on the hand a little. I like that.
It's good balance. It really is good.
And I kind of like where he signed his signature on there too. It looks really cool. Yeah, that works for it. That's
all
cool.
right. Big Rob.
So I'm not a Bill Sienkiewicz mark,
but
it's all right for me. Honestly, his art to me is all right. There's certain colors I do like from Bill. I appreciate, respect him for the great artist he is, but it's not really my type. I prefer, honestly, this cover I would prefer without the hammer. It almost reminds me like a Joan Jett like rock cover. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
So yeah, I would rather her not be holding this bloody hammer. I guess that also kind of throws me off a bit. So, but more of a rock cover would have been cool for me. But so it's not for me personally. But I appreciate what it is, and that's his art, and he always hits the mark on his particular style, and that's what he does.
Yeah, I really like the details on the hammer.
Yep.
Go ahead, Alonzo. Sorry.
All right. What about this next cover by Nathan Zerdzi? He's got a bunch. You can get it at 616 Antihero Unknown. It's $100 for this set. It's for Harley Quinn number 23.
I don't get it. This is 4 books?
4 books, $100.
For what?
What's the difference between the two on the bottom?
So one is
Foil?
a faded version,
Oh
What?
hell no!
or like a foil maybe, and then the
Right.
rest is
It has to be foil. There's no way that's just
Are you
faded.
sure? Because that does look like a faded like
That looks like foil on
poster.
me, yes.
Oh.
If that's just like straight out faded, this is fucking ridiculous.
No, keep going, Big Rob. That's it.
Well, yeah, I can't really judge it because it depends what it is. If the two on the right are foil, I get it. But if the two on the right are just legit just faded, that's fucking bullshit. It's trash. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, hold on. I'll find out right for you right now.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But the actual art on the cover, the regular full color covers on the left, I like the one more on the bottom. It's more playful. I love the tats all over her arms. That's it's basically an homage to the Batman animated series, and I'm a big mark to that.
So
Okay,
these
so
right here,
that's different.
foil and foil.
Okay, that's different.
Okay.
So that's different. Okay, so yeah, then I could see that. That's different. This is 4 books. They're all store exclusive. They're foil covers. And I really love her tats. And I love that bottom one. The top one's cool. It's just basic Harley, but the bottom one I really love. It's just very playful and cool, interesting to me.
All right, and I know we've talked about this one before, but Mike,
Yes, thank you, Katie.
No, the tattoos are in the right direction. When she puts her arm down, they'll be going the right way.
No, she puts her arm down. They're upside down.
They're upside down.
No, they're not.
Yeah, her Ivy's head is on her armpit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
No.
When she puts her arms down,
they're behind her.
Yeah, no, you're
They're in
right.
the back.
They're going the right way.
Oh shit, you're right.
They're going the right way.
You're
Yeah.
right.
I'm with Rob on this. I feel like we've seen the top cover before. There's nothing bad about it, but I feel like we've seen this, and it's probably not a Harley cover. It's probably something else that just has this feel. But the bottom one, I agree with everything Rob said. That it's playful. I like the choice of the animated series style for the tattoos. They are going in the right direction. I promise. Just think about it harder. And she keeps saying no, but like her arms are upside down.
You're right.
Dummies.
No, you're right.
Upside down. When she puts them down, they'll be right side up. Regardless, doesn't make any difference. I
3D
like,
chest.
I
No,
also
you're
think
right.
I also think it's a cool pose. We don't see. I don't know that I've ever seen this particular pose on a book before. It's good. It's obviously got its sex appeal to it.
Mhm.
It's really well done. I like basically just the bottom left version. I don't like foil covers in general. I think it mutes a lot of the art, and I don't like that. So I would like just the full color paper version of the bottom cover. I think it's really good. If I could just get that one, I would probably do it.
You probably could, right? I'm assuming they gotta sell these individually too.
You can. Actually, no, you cannot.
You can't buy the regular color ones.
Oh, they want to
No,
get rid
you
of
can buy
it
the
all.
regular cover, but it comes with a. So you can buy this one, but it
comes
will
with
come with this one for $40. So you get these two for $40.
Okay, that's a compromise.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Trish, what bothered you about that? Did I offend someone? I wasn't trying to. I was.
No. She said before that. You said before you talked.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, that's not terrible. I don't know. I don't really like spending $40 on anything like that when I don't feel like there's any spec involved with it. But I do really like that bottom left cover.
Okay, Jeff.
I'm actually okay with both covers. I kind of like his art. But the top one is more of the same. It's his usual style. And usual cover style at least too. I know it's kind of like maybe an homage to his or her first appearance, minus Batgirl. Kind of. I think that background.
Oh yeah, Trish, right about that. Sorry.
What's that?
The elbow.
Just the choice of layout has perspective wise has it look like kind of Harley's elbows resting on Ivy's head.
Oh. You're right. Oh
There
my,
should be
can't
either a
unsee
little
that now.
either some space or some overlap so that didn't happen. I agree.
Yeah.
That's bothersome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you're totally
now I
right
can't
about
unsee that.
Oh yeah, I can't either. That's a problem.
That's hilarious. Now all I see is a small poison ivy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the art's not bad. I know it's is this digital, right? Because this looks pretty digital.
I think it must be.
It does. It is.
But it's good digital.
But it's not bad. Yeah, I'm not upset at it. I agree. I like the bottom one better. It's just more dynamic. It's a little different. The tats are really cool. And it's just not a typical Harley cover. The other one is usually a typical Harley cover, so
yeah,
I would be more interested in the bottom.
Okay.
Well, take away.
All right, here we go. Moving on to Deadpool #1 by Care Andrews.
I'm out.
I don't know how much it costs. I put $100 here. That is an error. But you can get it at 616 Anti-Hero Gallery and Unknown Comics.
It's probably 30 or something.
Yeah, it's probably $30. Again, it's not 100. This is an error on my part. I have no idea how much it's going to cost.
We know it's not $100.
Yes.
Well,
No.
he's been doing a bunch of these for X-Men, right? The X-Men books. I've been buying the Carrie Andrews X-Men books here and there. So I'd say it's a total nostalgia purchase for me when I see his art. It has that vibe. The same as well for this. I like it in general for the nostalgia bit of it, but I could see why people might not like it. But that's what he's going for, the obscene, muscular, weird,
the old 90s.
Yeah, and it's well done. It's a lot going on. The background's crazy, but that's all his covers are like this. That's how he draws. This is his style, and it's not for everybody, but I dig it.
All right, Jeff.
Okay, so I do like Carrie Andrews, but not this cover. And I get what he was going for. He looks like he's like mimicking McFarlane and Liefeld, and like he's trying to mimic a bunch of different 90s great artists, or at least at the time. Okay, the worst part about it is Spider-Man, and that's my favorite character, so I'm really not liking it. The rest of it, I guess, is fine. But it's just not for me, and I wouldn't get it. Even if it was $20, I wouldn't get it.
Oh, but the new Alonzo might get it, right?
No. No. So I always hated this art even in the 90s. So this isn't nostalgic good for me. This is nostalgic bad for me.
It's like nightmares.
Yeah, this gives me anxiety about a lot of things. Not only is there way too much going on the cover, and not only is there so there's this is the tale of two Carrie Andrewses. The Carrie Andrews I love is the one that's on like what was the AWA zombie book Year Zero.
Mm-hmm.
Those covers are insanely good. Or the Joneses, I think he does the covers on that too. That's the Carrie Andrews I love, sort of like the photorealistic, but with some weird twisty things going on in it, and really cool stuff. And then there's this Carrie Andrews, which seems like a totally different dude, sort of like Mayhew. It's the conversation that we have a lot about Mayhew, that there's sort of like these two very different versions of Mayhew. This is not the Carrie Andrews I dig, and like I said, this hits all the bad feels for me. Like these are the books I want to throw away when I get a collection. These are not the books that I want to keep. So I get that this will hit for some people that really started to collect in the 90s and they like this kind of thing, but this doesn't do it for me. This is way too busy, way too chaotic. Like I said, it gives me anxiety. Nah.
See, I started with Heroes Reborn, so that's why I have a soft spot for it.
Yeah, see, I agree with Mike where in the sense is like 90s nostalgia to me, but the art wasn't necessarily the greatest.
No, it's horrible. But
this feels too Liefeld for me to want it.
He's been doing a bunch of stuff like beat covers from X-Men books.
That did not come out of my mouth.
All right. How about this one right here from Carla Cohen? This is also, you can get it from 616 Anti-Hero Gallery. It's a $100 per set. Okay, and just so you know, it is for Vampirilla versus Red Sonja #1. And actually, the set is also contains a Josh Burns variant as well. So, Mike, what are your thoughts?
He's gonna buy it. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean?
No,
come
I'm probably not going to buy it, and the reason why I'm not is because I actually don't like the Red Sonja side of this.
Yes.
I like the Vampirilla side, and actually, I think this is a missed opportunity on the connecting covers thing. I think Red Sonja's knife should be going through that heart,
or has a piece of the heart,
or has a piece of the heart, and the background should be the same color. I realize that he's trying to match the silver bikini against the silver background.
Okay,
but
so let me tell you this, Mike. You can actually purchase the Vampirilla one separately for $20.
Okay.
And the Red Sonja is also $20.
I like the Vampirilla. I don't know what's wrong with the. So I think the problem that I have with the Red Sonja is that just doesn't look like Red Sonja to me. It just looks like some girl who cosplayed Red Sonja at the con I just went to in Memphis. It just doesn't look like her. I mean, I don't want my Red Sonja to be this little thin, wafy person. She should be powerful. Like, she should look like she can kick my ass in a half a second. And this character just sort of looks like the girl at the bar who happened to wear a sequined bikini top. So I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Red Sonja to me. And she's gotten Red Sonja right many times, but this isn't one of them. And like I said, I really think there's a huge missed opportunity here with the connecting covers. Those pieces of art, in my opinion, should have been more integrated, because they are so close to being integrated, but they're not. They missed the mark. So I might pass on both. I love Cohen's work. I really do. I really gave her huge props last week for her Vampirilla year 1 cover, the crouching cover. I love that cover. I think I made it 1 cover fire last week.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got it. She just didn't quite get it on the Red Sonja side of this one this time around. So this is definitely not for the set for me. Maybe just the Vampy side. Mm-hmm. Definitely not the Red Sonja side.
Okay. Big Rob?
So it's 100 for the set, but 20 each.
Well, okay.
It comes with something else.
It comes with something else, but you can
get Josh Burns, you said.
Yeah, Josh Burns. But you can get the Vampirilla variant for $20 or the Red Sonja variant for $20.
Okay.
You face palmed the Red Sonja too, Alonzo, right?
I did.
Why did you?
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. It's a Big Rob and Jeff.
Okay.
Well, I would assume, because it looks like a fucking photograph more than anything. It's boring, honestly. I have no interest on both of them. I just think they're boring covers. They literally look like photographs I could see on cosplayers on Instagram doing this all the time. So just on that aspect, I have no interest in it. I don't know. It's just it's her art. I expect a lot more from her because she has set a high standard. The background is lazy. I want more, and I don't know. It's just not me. It's just not for me. It's the art itself, I guess. Where she's a master of drawing lifelike, caricatures on art. But I don't know. It's just I agree with Mike about the Red Sonja. Yeah, she should be like fucking jacked. She should be Amazonian type.
Also, the sizes on the two women aren't the same. That bothers me too. Like, Red Sonja is more zoomed in or bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vampirilla's further back in the image. Yeah, so it just these are boring to me, to be honest. I'll always skip.
Okay, Jeff.
I actually don't think there's anything wrong with the art, because every time I see her freaking art, I feel like they're real photographs that she rendered into looking like art.
But we know they're not. We know they're fully painted.
Right. Pieces. Exactly, which is just freaking. That's what gets me every time I look at her art, because I'm just like, how is this even possible? How is she this good? Because I mean, look at the body, all the structure of their bodies, all the bones, all all the different like the skin. It just looks real. I get it. The background looks boring, but a lot of her covers are like that.
Yeah.
I guess the thing what I'm missing is I love that. I love it when she draws the eyes as well. So maybe that's a little bit that's just would be more appealing. The Red Sonja, I agree. There is something off with it. Maybe it's just her sticking out the tongue a little. That's just weird. Like if this is fully drawn, why isn't she just licking the freaking blade? Right? Like I guess it just looks kind of weird, and you're right. It's not really Red Sonja, so I guess maybe that's what's throwing it off. But I love the art on both of them. I mean, just for art alone, the $20 is not bad.
Okay. All right. I agree with you. Guys, I love the Vampirella cover. I think it's great. I like the way it's drawn. I even like Vampirella's belly. I like the little pooch. I mean, I am all for it. It looks a little realistic. I love it.
That's
when I
like
look
a
at
micro
That's
pooch.
the first belly button praise that we've gotten on this show.
yeah, I mean, I love it. I think it's great. Okay, now moving on to Red
He's
Sonja.
calling her fat. That's crazy.
No, she's not. She's gorgeous. I just like it. It's like realistic, right?
She's 100 pounds. She's fat.
Oh my God, please. The Red Sonja one, again, to Mike's point, to Jeff's point, I like her to be a little bit more athletic. She doesn't look athletic whatsoever. The metal bikini looks like it's painted on. It doesn't look like she's wearing it.
Yep.
So that's a problem for me, right? Because, I mean, she's Red Sonja. She should be wearing it, and it shouldn't be painted on. So that's how it looks to me. Also, too, that dagger, for whatever reason, just doesn't look like a dagger. It looks like a toothpick
dagger.
almost.
It's a letter opener.
Yeah, it looks like a letter opener, right? I mean, look, it looks like one of these. Like, right? It's a letter opener.
Son of a bitch. It does look like that.
Right? I mean,
I got one right here.
Yeah.
He's got the He-Man sword.
I mean,
he's got the power sword.
It should be a dagger, but it does not look like one. So I'm just like, I love Carla Cohen. Again, I am getting commission from Carla. We've interviewed her. I mean, I have tons of her books, tons of her covers, but this Red Sonja one, it just misses the mark for me. So, which is why the face palm for this particular one. But yeah, it's like, oh.
I mean, if it wasn't Red Sonja, it's great art, right?
Yeah, but
because we're talking about the character, it doesn't fit necessarily the characterization of Red Sonja. But I still think it's great freaking art.
No, of course. I mean, to know that she's painted all of this stuff and to make it look this amazing, yeah. But again,
we're being picky. Yeah.
Mike says like pretty much every show that we hold certain artists because of what they've done to a higher standard.
Yep.
Right. So when they kind of flub a little bit, it's like, oh my gosh, come on. You've done so many better Red Sonjas that, I wish this one could be just like those other ones. Okay. Moving on to the next, we have this one by Big Rob. He was the one who told us about this one. Star Wars Insider 2023 Souvenir Edition. LE is $200. I don't know how much it costs. And you can find this one at the Comic Corner.
I think it was
I also don't know who the artist is.
20, right, Mike?
No, I think it was 40.
40?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't know shit about this art at all. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh, the comic, okay, interesting. Then Mike said, oh, this is the same as the trade. I'm like, so I looked up on Diamond. There is also a trade dress version of this. Yep, it's just regular. It's still expensive. It's like $15, but it's a souvenir Star Wars Insider Plus. It's always a little more pricier. So I'm definitely going with the trade dress because I don't want to pay $40 for this. I don't care that much. But I love the art. It's Star Wars meets Frank Frazetta.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. So, and it's two of my favorite characters. It's the fucking asshole Anakin and Ahsoka.
Anakin.
Yeah. So he's fucking asshole.
Is that his rank?
Yeah, rank Commander Asshole. So I love the body
General
push,
asshole.
the posing of the how they're back to back, the rebel symbol or the Republic symbol in the background. The coloring is very matte painting art vibe to it. So yeah, I love all about it, and I'm definitely getting the trade dress version.
Well, you and Sam. What about you, Mike?
Same. I already ordered the trade dress version. 40's too much for this. I love the art too. Obviously, it's Ahsoka. I'll basically buy anything Ahsoka, as you can plainly see by my $50 doll that I bought 2 weeks ago. So there's no.
And that's cheap to the other one you have, Mike.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, my Hot Toys one. Yeah, you have it too. Don't lie.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm a sucker for Ahsoka, and I do actually like Snip's Ahsoka. Unlike some people, I liked her as a young character,
like
as well
Apollo.
Yeah. So there's that. I love the art. The trade dress is just fine for me at 15 or whatever it was, which is cover price. And I think 40 is just is a little bit of a reach. I know this is only 200 print run, and so it might be a thing, but it's not like it's her first cover or anything. So I'm perfectly fine with the trade dress one.
Okay, Jeff?
But I love the art. I think it's a fantastic cover.
I mean, if you got the 200 and you got it shined by Hayden Christensen and
oh yeah, well that's different.
And what's her name?
Not Ashley Eckstein.
Yeah, Eckstein. Thank you. Not the other one. Yeah, it was definitely Eckstein.
No, not Dawson. Not for this
one. No. For this one, it's Eckstein. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But if that would be a really cool cover to have it both signed by them. So I mean, I get it. $40 for the version, only limited 200. It's probably about right. It'll be gone. Star Wars nuts are Star Wars nuts.
I would assume it's gone already. It's already been on sale.
I would assume it's gone too.
Let me take a look. I'll take a look. Right
but yeah, so I would probably get the trade dress. $15. Looks cool. So I'm sure the trade dress doesn't take much away from it. So yeah,
still there.
Shut up.
That's surprising.
I am kind of surprised. It's been there for a while.
It's a shop that no one really knows about. The Karmic
That's
Corner.
Probably why.
That's
Karmic
true.
Corner.
And they've only established themselves since last year.
Yeah,
true.
So there must be brand new. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with paying $40 for a Virgin's limited 200.
Mm-hmm.
But I would personally go with the trade dress.
Okay. All right, moving on to the next one here. We have Deadpool #1 by Todd Knock from Eastside Comics, KRS. Comic Mint Mutant Beaver, LE of 3,000 for the trade dress and 1,000 for the, I guess, silver homage. It's a $50 for the set. All right, Jeff.
I mean, Deadpool said it already. Oh, not another homage.
Oh, yeah.
A
second version. Another homage. Yep.
Art-wise, it's okay. I mean, it's not nothing terribly wrong with it. It's just I'm over it. I wouldn't get it. I'm not gonna get it. At least it has the right numbers on there: 3,000, 1,000.
True.
And it's probably not. It's for $50. I guess it's okay. I mean, if you're a Deadpool fan, #1. So, but not for me. Thank you.
All right. Big Rob?
If they would throw the gold version as well.
Yes.
I think, yeah, that would have been the actual and had the regular, the silver, and the gold. that would have been cool. For a minute, I swear when I first saw it, I thought it was like that Winnie the Pooh version.
I thought it was the Pooh. I thought it was
Deadpool.
Yeah, I thought it was Deadpool too.
That's what I thought at first. I like the self-deprecating humor on the cover, saying we're all saying this is another fucking homage. Second cover too, you fucking assholes. That's crazy. So I appreciate that the humor on it, but it's a tough sell because there's so many homages to this cover. But I don't know. Somebody's buying them. Otherwise, they wouldn't make them.
And he's got a little bulge there, so yeah. A little additive bonus.
There you
Little Taco Bell there.
It's gonna look so big in this cover.
Yeah. So the art itself is fine. Todd Knapp didn't do nothing wrong with the art. The art, everything about it fits. It's homage to death already.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike?
I'm going to give Todd Knock one thing. We've been knocking him for just doing floating heads for the last 5 years.
Agreed.
That is true.
That's true.
We get a full cover this time, and it's pretty well done. I'm not
Yes.
going to lie. I wish it weren't an homage because I like that the art is actually pretty damn good this time. But for God's sake, first of all, guys, stores, not every set
It's just a gym
is
sock.
worth $50. They're just not. Especially when there's 4,000 of them, essentially. Like, this price point that we've gotten to is insane. I know you need to make money. I get it.
Yeah,
Capitalism,
being
alive and
greed.
well, totally fine. But come on, like, you know,
$35 set.
yeah, like, first of all,
30.
don't you want to sell this out is the first question. The only way to sell this out is to not price it at $50 because you're going to miss out on a ton of your potential buyers to begin with. There's tons of Deadpool buyers who would buy this regardless of what it is or isn't homaging if it weren't $50. I'm not one of them, but potentially you've lost out on a huge piece of your market share by essentially money grabbing at $50. It's too much for a book like this. Now, a smaller run, a smaller maybe unknown artist, a much more detailed and time-consuming piece of art, all of those things kind of put together, then you want to charge $50. That's fine. That's fine. And like, I don't have a problem with the $400 or the $40 200 run Star Wars cover because it's such a small run. It's a beautiful piece of art on a thing that people don't normally do exclusives from, and it's a shop that doesn't normally do exclusives. The $40 price point isn't crazy overall. It's crazy to me when I can get it on a trade dress version, but it's not so crazy out there in the market at 200. But on a cover like this, that's relatively generic and done to death by an artist who isn't anything special. There's no, and I mean not, and I don't mean nothing special, meaning like this guy does a ton of covers. You can get his art in a lot of places. Whereas someone like, say, Natalie Sanders, who hasn't done a whole lot of non-exclusive covers, the only way to really get Natalie Sanders art is to buy this kind of stuff. And so there's a certain extra incentive to that. So that's what I mean by that. I don't mean like there's not, because I actually like this art. I actually think Todd Knock did a great job this time. When I say there's nothing special about him, I don't mean there's nothing special about this piece. There's just nothing. There's nothing
rare about his art.
Rare or enticing about buying an exclusive of his when I can go to my LCS and find a whole stack of his books for cover price or less. So it's the whole Greg Land thing, right? Greg Land's the same way. There's a lot of artists like that we, Ross is that way, where part of the reason why I think his exclusives and his incentives don't have any value is because people are like, well, I can buy an Alex Ross cover on anything for cover price. Why would I pay $50 for it? Same thing here. So I just have a problem with this price point in general. However, I've gone off on another tangent, and I'm sorry, but I actually don't hate this cover. I just hate I hate the homage again. It drives me nuts.
Okay.
Come up with something new. And,
Big Rob?
Yeah. He's like, stop him from talking. Someone
We get it.
I thought I already went.
Did you?
Yeah, I was the first one, right? Yeah.
And then Jeff went?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hadouken, hyper.
We kept it short.
Sorry.
Just for Mike. Nice. Okay.
Well, it's just for me because I just don't care about these homages.
Mike with the long talks.
All right. What about this one, Mr.
sorry.
Power Rangers?
You're good.
Ivan Tao, 616, Frankie Comic, Golden Apple, $40 for the set. Big Rob.
I used to be a sucker for these a couple of years ago. They've done a lot of these in the past, so I love them personally. Not buying it, but I just love the neon pink colors. The setup of the character is very simple. It's just literally a pink background and like lightning. So it is what it is. It's Power Rangers. So the art itself well executed. The lighting, the texturing, the line work. Maybe the knees are a little too thin, but I don't know. She's a more smaller female character, so I dig it. It works for what it is.
Okay, Mike.
Same thing. I think it is a strong pose, strong colors. I like Tao's work. This is a hard pass for me. This is not my deal. But I could see Power Rangers fans really liking this. There's something a little different about it that other Power Rangers covers don't have, and Tao has captured it here. I think it's a pretty good cover. It's just not for me.
Okay, Jeff.
I actually, for a minute, I was gonna say this is really boring. Apollo kind of said it too, but I can appreciate the stance and the position that the character is in. Just so you can see everything, all the details on the whole outfit. So I can see that. Because I was kind of thinking, well, that's just kind of static, and I'd rather have her like jumping and shooting at the same time. So at least I get a little action going. But everything else is fine about it, and that's just my personal preference. But I it's not bad. I love Ivan Tao's work. It's just, like I said, just a little plain for me. So I don't know if I would pay for a set.
Okay.
And you can find a ton of these covers in the back bins of this particular character just like this. So, because I bought a bunch of those just like this for $4.
Okay. All right. What about this next Ivan Tao? It is for Amazing Spider-Man number 14. So it's part of the dark web thing that's going on. Go ahead.
I personally, I don't know, somebody else will murder it, but I personally love it. I love the character design. I'm buying the regular Diamond preview of the Diamond distributed covers they're doing for regular shops.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the whole Halloween motif, and I know it's a total just like they're just jacking us because it's a really they're obviously for Halloween. It's just very stupid, but I love it. I'm just sucker for the Halloween vibe, all about it. Or the bright orange with the blacks, they always mix well. I think it's just a cool character design, and she's kind of thick on this cover. It's
kind of.
Yeah, it's wow. Her thighs, I didn't realize how big they are, but I love it. I actually considered buying this. So,
All right. Okay. Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I like it. Because her proportions are so freaking way off. Because I mean, Big Rob kind of pointed out that's a pretty thick backside and thighs.
But it's realistic. There's a lot of girls like that.
Compared to the rest of her body, I don't know if that's true.
There is a lot of girls like that. I'm saying it.
That thin and with that kind of I guess, but not a lot of them. Not a lot of them.
Big Rob's
kind of a rare combination there.
IG.
Big Rob.
On my feet.
They're actually like dime a dozen, bro. But yeah,
I guess I maybe I don't get out enough. So I get for looking at comic books. I get what they're going for though. That's the whole Halloween thing. She has a Dracula mask, I believe.
Yeah.
So she's costuming, and it's kind of a negative variant.
Yeah.
A little bit too much orange for me, I guess. But I mean, I'll reserve my judgment just for the simple fact that I need to find out who the hell this character is, because that might make a difference.
So that is a new character. They're introducing a new character, I believe.
A new Jack-o'-lantern
series
or Hobgoblin.
Yeah, it's a new woman Hobgoblin.
Okay, so okay.
So this might be her.
I'm still gonna pass for the moment, because I would have to see what's on the incentives and stuff like that on the A and B. Okay. Yeah, because that actually makes my decision up. Because I mean, if I have to look at all the covers, right, I need to get the best bang for the buck that I can appreciate, and that includes all the other covers. If I'm gonna burn $40 for these two copies.
Her name is Hallows Eve.
There you go.
Like I said, the art's not bad. I just don't know if he's supposed to be that thick. I want to see the guts of the story now.
All right. What about you, Mike?
I like it too. I don't know why, because it has a lot of weird things going on that are kind of wrong but Tao is an exaggerator of features, so I don't have a problem with some of the exaggerated features. I like the negative spaceness of it. I'm also a sucker for Halloween stuff. I like this cover. This does nothing for me from a collectability standpoint. I probably will pass on the whole thing overall, but I like this. And somebody said it doesn't look like that's a mask. You're right. It kind of looks like she's strangling Dracula, choking him. So that's weird. But it's cool. I don't know that I care about the character or the weekly new Spidey character. But this is cool, and I like Tao's work. So overall, this kind of hits for me, even though I probably won't want one.
Okay. You might like this one a lot more, Jeff, from Ed McGuinness.
Oh, here we go. Hold on.
I love this cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, that one actually is cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Her thighs are a lot thinner than that one.
No, but I like that overall too.
Yeah,
cool.
Halloween motif.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it's just this is nice. It's just I don't know if I'm gonna spend the extra money to get it though. That's why.
Okay. All right. What about this one here? Another Trish Forstner one that sold out.
Yeah,
$25. Bird City Comics, and you can get it at Shortboxed. It's Hitomi. All right, so I know we had the pleasure of seeing this, when Ant was on the show. He did let us in on this particular one. So we had a lot of great positive things to say about it, but kind of seeing it again. Jeff?
I hate me for working late on a fucking Friday. Because I was probably driving in the middle of this going live. So by the time I got back home, I think it was sold out. I need to pull a favor here and probably call Bird City and see if they have any extras on those damages, and because I definitely want this, because this is my childhood kung fu homage to Nintendo. I had the game. I loved playing this game, so I mean, it just hits all the feels for homage for me. So, I wish I could have got it. Damn it.
What about you, Mike?
I love it for all the things that it is. It's the perfect hit again. I mean, this is the dream team for video game homage covers between Trish and Bird City. Man, they have their finger on the pulse exactly the way it's supposed to be, no matter whether they're doing black box, N64, slipcase covers, like all the things. They have it all going on, and this is perfect. This is exactly what it is. I missed it too. I completely just spaced on the whole thing. It was a really rough night that night for me, so I missed it too. But man, these are great. And then with that dust cover slipcase thing, the acetate for it too. I mean, man, it's perfect.
It's gonna be perfect, right?
Come on, I mean, it's just exactly what. And 20. See, now there we go. $25. See, is that so hard, guys? $25.
Exactly.
That's perfect. That's right. That says, yeah, I definitely could buy that, especially with our little 10% off that we have going on, which we'll talk about shortly. But yeah, I mean, come on, this is great.
It's basically buying a 1 in 25, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. It's the perfect price point. It's a great marriage of all the things you want this book to be. It's nostalgic. It captures it perfectly. And it just reminds everybody how Bird City is the one to go to for this stuff.
Trish, you know what I really want? I want one of those. I saw you drawing those blank freaking 8 billion genies.
Sketch.
Those sketch, the shadowed grayscale sketches that you're doing. Oh my god, I want one so badly. Let us know how we can buy one.
Yeah, please. And look, I'm not saying all this just because Trish is in the chat. This is great. This is This is perfect.
Big Rob?
Yeah, I was same here. I was actually still working at 6 p.m. when it dropped, whenever that was. Yep. And I was fucking totally forgot about it and sold out. But hey, man, that's life. You can't get everything. You can't have everything you want, right? Like Mick Jagger said. So yeah, that's a beautiful. It's what it is. It's kung fu homage, perfectly done. It's a hit. Everybody loves it. It's perfect.
It's a
Nope.
hit, Tommy.
That's right. It's a hit. I like that. Again, and it did sell out, but from what Trish said, they do have some in Baltimore. So if you are at Baltimore, definitely hit up the Bird City or Short Box booth.
Yeah, and they're picking great video games to homage.
Yep, the right homage for the right book.
Yep. Nice. Look at that, Nomad.
Nice.
Okay.
I got
all right,
text
moving
message.
on.
I was at work.
Oh my gosh.
And what a high note to end. I mean, we ended it with Trish with the incentives, store exclusives. Well, what do you know?
Trish, if it wasn't for you, we would have had a rough week this week. I'm telling you. Thank
Honestly,
you for being so talented, because we would have been in rough shape. So yeah, if anybody cares after my tirades tonight to read any of my articles,
come on.
so Cover Fire is a good one this week. There's a lot of really great A and B covers that I think blow away all the incentives, and you can check those out tomorrow morning on Cover Fire at CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com. My article, along with a few other freebies to help you with your Wednesday warrioring and or Tuesday warrioring if you're a DC person. That's Tuesdays. And then Cover Tunes is sort of an every other week thing. I just dropped the Neil Adams one last week, which had a lot of great covers in it. And then I'm doing one moving. Well, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing next week. I thought I knew, but I may be pushing my original thought a little further out. But Cover Tunes is just sort of covers I think are underappreciated that should be brought back to the attention of some people. And it's really just whatever the hell I feel like doing, generally speaking. So head over to CBSI, comicbookinvest.com. All the guys do it for free. They love comics, and they really love just giving out information because it's fun for them. And I'm, proud to be part of that.
Well, and we love them articles. So
thank you.
Yeah, this is definitely a week to read that article because I definitely believe a lot of the A and B covers and C covers are better than in the incentives this week, for sure.
Agreed.
All right. And then moving on to our upcoming shows. So, Jeff, you want to talk about our Mondo Mail Call?
Sure. So on Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, we have our Mondo Mail Call where we catch up with the herd. We show off what we got for the week, and we talk about all the Weekend Geek. So hopefully everyone's watched House of Dragons, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, She-Hulk. What else is out there?
Andor.
Oh God, Andor's so good.
Tons of fantastic shows.
Honestly, it is a good time to be watching streaming shows and television because there's a lot of good stuff right now.
And if you can stomach it, Dahmer is fantastic.
I that's on my list, but I have to be in the mood to watch something like that.
It's rough.
Yeah, it's stomach turning, I'm sure.
Yep.
So yeah, I love watching all that stuff. But yeah, we'll talk about that stuff. We'll catch up with everybody, and hopefully we catch up with all of you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Jeff. What about Saturdays, Big Rob?
Saturday mornings. So there's it might not happen. It might not happen. I'm going to decide officially on Thursday, but it beginning to look like it might not happen. I have family coming in on Saturday. I'll see, but I'll decide on Thursday. So typically Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. West Coast, 1 p.m. East Coast. We do a review of this week's toys, solicitations, pre-orders, and new releases. But I might not do it this week. But we have a bunch of episodes on replay you can check out. So they're always fun. We have a blast. Charlie, just one of our buddies named Charlie Carlos. He's a big toy guy, and he joined our group with Steve and Jeff, and we have a blast during that show, just talking about toys for about 2.5 hours. So yeah, we'll see. I'll figure it out by Thursday for sure.
You just hope that Big Rob cannot make the show, so you all save some money this weekend because NYCC is this weekend. You're going to be spending money online already, so you're all in trouble. So we don't want you to double dip here.
Nice. All right. And then we also, as always, have announcements. So don't forget, as Mike had mentioned, Mr. New Alonzo, by entering the code TNH10, you can save 10% over at Bird City Comics. Again, 10% by just entering TNH10 at Bird City Comics upon checkout, and it'll save you 10% in the entire order. It's a really good deal, you guys, especially with all their fire covers that they've been putting out. And then, Big Rob, what is this?
Oh, that is a save 10% with Team Nerdherd when you go to displaygeek.com and you buy in your first purchase when displays. You get 10% off. Basically, they're displays for Funko Pop. You can see back of Jeff's background. He has these beautiful displays holding up his Funko Pops. They're really sturdy. They're very adaptable. There's like 3 different. You could actually buy them all built together, like in 3 shelves, or buy them separate as 3 different shelves, and it's just one row. They're really sturdy. They hold a lot of pops. I have several of those in my house as well. So save 10% with Display Geek, and they also sell protectors for like action figures and Funko Pops, obviously, and other cool nerdy stuff on that website. So 10% with Team Nerdherd code.
Nice. And then don't you guys have like something going on this Sunday?
This Sunday?
This Sunday, October the 9th?
Oh,
Near
I
Mint?
believe no. So CJ, who runs Near Mint Sundays, which will be in November, we'll give you that date soon. He is also having like a little preview for that show. So he has about 5 or 6 other vendors that will be at that show. He's gonna have them at his barbershop, and so it's kind of like a little small mini Near Mint Sundays. Go dig. They're gonna have books for sale. I'm sure you can bring some books. Maybe you'll trade or buy. Trust me, the stuff that they have, I've seen already. I made one of them hold books for me.
Nice.
So yeah, there's some good stuff.
The real show's on November 13th at the Progress
go.
Community Center.
There you
in
go.
Anaheim.
Doreen's got it.
Yeah,
Awesome,
November
awesome.
13th.
And
Yeah, November 13th.
and Big Rob and Jeff, are you guys gonna have booths over there?
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
boosts. Yep.
Both of us will have booths. There'll be
Nice.
other people who have booths as well. I'm not sure if Azor's will be there, but I'm sure he will. And some other people. So I mean, there's gonna be plenty of people from the community.
Great
there.
show. Great show.
Yes, it's free. It's in
Yeah.
Anaheim at the Brookhurst Community Center. If you guys need directions, either look it up or hit one of us up, and we'll give you all the information.
All right. Thanks for
Nice.
that. All right. So with all of that being said, thank you guys for coming on a show as always. And for you people in the chat, thank you for spending time with us. We really appreciate it. Big Rob, can you please take us out?
Yes, sir. If you want to do it right, Comic Horse for Life.
Ah.